Hey guys, just wanted to jump in and remind you of our content warnings. Please take a second to look at the warnings on screen. And if this is a campaign that is not suited for you, please take care of yourself. Your mental health matters. We're going to leave this up for a second, and then we're going to go to our lines and veils. Here are our veils. These are things that are okay if veiled or referenced to off screen. May be okay on screen, but only if we require discussion ahead of time. And here are our lines. These are things that will never come up as a part of the Unearthed Inheritance campaign. So please go ahead, take a look at these, and know that these are things we are not going to be covering. Alrighty, and we will see you guys in just a couple of moments. They can see and hear you. I hate your guts. I hate them so much. Hi guys. Good morning,
Hello,
David.
hello. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Heroes of Histaeria on Unearthed Inheritance. Right here on the twitch.tv//CommuneDM.
You got it.
I still
in
got
one.
it.
You got
I
it
got
in
it.
one.
Still
Yeah.
This here is our post-apocalyptic duo campaign featuring the fine talents of CommuneDM and Bluebluebutton. So I'm going to pass it over to you guys. Do your intros.
Button, you take it.
Oh gosh. Hi, my name's Button. My pronouns are they, them. I am Bluebluebutton on social media. You can find me here every other Sunday. You can find me here every Sunday evening playing Echinacea on Known Realms Tolesh. And on November 12th, you can find me on twitch.tv/justthehuman. We are playing Honey Heist for Feeding America. So come and watch a charity stream. And then the following week,
Yeah.
November 19th,
Yep.
I'll be on twitch.tv/rolling for charity, where we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Come watch us play some D&D.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Button's a busy boy this month. Hey, hi, hello, you beautiful, wonderful people. I'm not going to steal that from Matt. That just feels wrong. Hi, everybody. My name is Alec, or Commune. You can find me all places at CommuneDM. My pronouns are he, him. I play Finn Reese here every other Sunday on Unearthed Inheritance, and I am the archivist for Known Realms Tolesh, which you can find every Sunday here at twitch.tv/CommuneDM. Though you can't find me next Saturday at Just the Human, you can find me the following at Rolling for Charity. I will be playing Call of Cthulhu, also raising money for Doctors Without Borders. So please go ahead and check that out. And I may be in some charity streams in December. Who knows? We'll see. Other than that, announcement, socials are the best way to stay in contact with us and see what we're doing and when indeed we are doing the things. Yeah, that's all. Socials are good. YouTube, we're updating the YouTube. I am going to be getting session 3 of both campaigns up this evening. Those are going to be uploaded and set to launch tomorrow. So I'll make posts about that. God, what else? We obviously had off last week because I'm like,
Merch!
merch, guys. We have merch. We got a couple of people in the Discord got Known Realms Tolesh baseball tees, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they look pretty fucking good. So go ahead, check out some of the merch. It's a whole lot of fun, and I think with that, David, you had an announcement regarding the campaign.
I do. So, thank you all for watching. And of course, you fine people, we want you to know that we are actually going to be off for the month of December. So that means for the rest of this year, we have this session, one more session, and then that's going to be it for Unearthed Inheritance for this year. But we will be back in January and pick up where we left off. So you can look forward to that.
David does this incredible thing called self-care and takes the whole month of December for himself.
Whole
And
month is mine.
honestly, round of applause for David for being an absolute king, dude. Fucking,
Thank you.
my God.
Thank you.
My guy. We love that shit. All right. I think with that, you fucking bitch. Sorry, Soundtail just went rogue. I think
We went from absolute king to you fucking bitch.
no. And I think I have nothing else. Button, you have anything else?
No.
The ball to you, Yeet.
Yeet. All right. Well, my friends, let's do it. So, at our last session, Cress and Finn, you traveled astride your draconic companion Cuthbert into the region known as the Iron Hills, a mountain range of all manner of unique flora and fauna endemic to this area. And due to some peculiar weather patterns of the Sandsea age, this twilit range seems to be perpetually blanketed in heavy fog that obscures the ironwood forests beneath you. Yet, despite the ever-present mist, your keen eye spotted a murder of crows circling a tree. Following the flock of fowl, found you facing a foul spectacle. A body hung in the upper branches, and after some grim investigation, you identified the corpse as that of a wood elf Irenwud Ranger of some rank, an Iron Warden. And disturbingly, you realize that his heart had been violently extracted. After some deliberation, your conscience drove you to collect the body to offer proper burial, and you set off in search of the Ranger's compatriots. From the sky, you discovered an abandoned watchtower. There you found signs of a recent battle, feathers and blood strewn across the camp. But from this high vantage point, you were able to pinpoint the ongoing battle between the Rangers and a pair of predatory perytons. Delving into the fray, your teamwork allowed you to quickly dispatch your foes in epic fashion and win the day. You rescued those two Ironborn Rangers from a certain death, the Wood Elf Coco and a halfling Riddick Lighttop. Now, the four of you have settled into a camp the rest of the journey, as you prepare for the rest of the journey to the Sanctum Metallica, a monastery nestled in the peaks of the Griffin's Wings, the mountain range in which you are currently. As Finn stands vigil, Cress has delved in to the dream of something ancient. And that's where we're going to pick up. As Cress, you find yourself in a place that it's clear humanity was not meant to see. The deep wild. A world of rust-colored sunbeams and ferrous air, walled in by mountains of blackened rock. And you see before you the hulking form of a four-armed gargantuan. It's kind of crouched down now onto its hands and knees as it brings its large stone head towards you. And you see its face is in this sort of very peaceful, serene, like form as it beholds you. It gets very close. Stone eyes lack pupils or muscles, but you can tell that this thing is looking at you. It's taking you in.
Oh man.
All around you, you hear the sounds of stone crumbling beneath it as its limbs move through the earth, and you hear the sounds of the jungle, the sounds of the woods. You hear birds, you hear animals. Called it.
That was not me. That was just Soundtail doing his magic. Sorry.
Thank you, Soundtail.
I think they look up, utterly taken aback, and sensing that this is... There is something here that feels to them at least ancient, whether or not that's the case. I think in Druidic they call up, I'm sorry if I've invaded your space.
The entity kind of leans back, setting itself in a very crisscross applesauce kind of seating position. Two of the arms reach out towards you, palms up, as it scoops, as the fingers kind of enter the dirt at your feet. And it kind of scoops you up towards it as it lifts you.
Dave, you're cutting out a little bit. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I'll get a little closer. And as it's doing this, you see the trees, the forest, all the undergrowth that you are standing in. It lifts with the dirt. It doesn't just like die or anything. In fact, the roots of these plants kind of wrap around the fingers and curl in, kind of gripping onto this entity. As you see that the plants seem to relish being held. And you feel this sense of, again, out of time in an almost like prehistoric age.
Recalling the Chewinga and how they had a similar energy, but on the microcosmic scale, I think they'll appreciatively just druidcraft some of the bits of earth that haven't started to wrap around it yet, and just flowers begin to bloom up these vines, and they'll look up to this face-like visage and ask, "Can you understand me?"
As your spell takes hold and kind of helps attach the other plants, and as you look up into the visage, you see the face has changed and is more of an opened smile, broad kind of appearance, the eyes rounder, happy at your assistance. It's strange. You pose your question, and while you immediately get a sense that this creature does understand you, there are no words. It's more a feeling. It's more an intention that you kind of feel. Something not unfamiliar in the dream world. You've sensed things like this before, but not quite to this degree. This is a creature, it seems, that doesn't communicate, at least verbally, that you've seen so far. But you start to hear, as you kind of like behold it, you start to notice that there is still lots of sound. There's something of a symphony kind of carrying on in the backgrounds, a symphony of the creatures that live in this space, a song of tooth and nail that seems to reign supreme in this wood. And as the mountain moves to kind of hold you up closer, hold you a little bit higher, you see the rolling shoulders kind of block out the light behind. And you start to see the shadows of gargantuan beasts kind of crossing over its form and the forest below. Creatures wandering that are mythic in size. Multiple limbs, creatures that you can look at and you just think like, it's, again, almost prehistoric, almost like a different age.
Guess since they can't communicate with this entity, they will try and take stock of the surroundings
Sure.
and see what is similar and what's different from the space that they've recently traversed.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, roll, let's call this a nature check. I think that'll fit more.
Nature! That's a 12. That's a 19.
Okay. So you see a lot of the trees definitely look a lot taller. They look wider. The leaves look fuller. The creatures that kind of wander, again, you can't quite see their forms totally, but you can make out the general shape of them. You know, you can feel something, right, that has almost like a predatory nature, but in a very kind of naturalistic sense. You can feel something that is more omnivorous, you know, like wild boars that would kind of like roam through the hills. You're keenly aware of these creatures, and you get this radiating sense of peace coming off of the mountain as the two of you behold everything before. But one thing does begin to change as you continue to observe this space. slowly the shadows shrink and silence starts to permeate. The mountain range goes quiet. And all of a sudden, the land beneath is sundered with great columns of fire. The floor breaks, and you feel heavy footfalls shaking the world. The expression on the stone face hardens as the mouth closes and it just kind of stares forward. You see the shadows of towering individuals, large, giant individuals. And you see their shadows fighting along against several smaller individuals. And as you look at these things, roll an investigation.
No. 5.
Okay. With a 5, one thing does stand out. The giants that are fighting, you see one of them step forward, and its shadow is briefly illuminated as it draws a great sword. And as the great sword is drawn, you see it kind of erupt into a column of flame. And as the flame spreads, the light of the fire reveals dark skin, flame-like hair, gold eyes. You see it bear down upon these smaller enemies, and you hear the chaos of the battle. You feel the mountain weep at the carnage taking place on its slopes. Strangely enough, though, I will mention again, though, there is no sound during this. You feel these things, you see these things, but you don't hear anything. Right now, the dream is like...
This is kind of retroactive, but at everything quieting and the giant's face hardening as it stares beyond them, is Cress able to see where these figures came from?
They kind of emerge from the shadows of the trees, almost. They just kind of seem to enter in and permeate into the space. But I like your train of thought.
Trying to figure out what they are.
Roll an investigation at advantage.
Fuck! Okay. Okay. First one was a 1, but that is a 15.
You do notice, as you are kind of watching this, it does seem like several of the shadows seem to originate almost in the belly of the mountain. Like almost beneath you. They seem to... The darkness kind of seems to... There's like a fissure along the torso, and the shadows from there seem to kind of stretch outward into the forest, and they stand upright as they join the lead giant.
Oh, Sorry. There are 2 sets of giants fighting
Two
each
sets of
other.
giants, yeah. So
And
actually...
which
so
one's emerging from the fissure?
Sure. The fiery ones are emerging from the fissure. So there's the big stone giant that is holding you, the mountain. There are these shadowy fire giants that are fighting against a group of like smaller individuals, more regular size. These ones, unfortunately, your check wasn't too high to really get a lot of their details, but you can tell that they're smaller and they are numerous. And the other feeling you get is that there is very kind of like, again, this is a space that you feel. There's very kind of erratic energy, very chaotic. Whereas the giants feel almost militaristic. But as the battle continues to unfold and you kind of take these things in, the dream continues. You see the battle almost subside as the giants seem to win the day. Black skies now rolling overhead, and you just feel this sense of envy and dissatisfaction as the peace is lost. That music, that symphony doesn't resume as the giants now take control of this area. Eventually, you watch time continue. The trees become become smaller. The beasts become simpler. They become almost savage as they now roam the mountain in fear of the giants, but also in fight. There's constant conflict until a low AC rumble, a low tone kind of starts at the bottom, begins to build, swell, and you see another figure enter into the forest now. You see a hill dwarf woman. You see her roll an investigation for us at advantage.
Ah.
At advantage.
12.
With a 12, it's tricky, but as you start to look at this individual, sometimes the way she moves, the angle of the face from where you're watching this, Saul, you see the face of Elda Earthbreaker. Younger, much younger than she is now, than you've recently seen. You see she steps forward, and as she does so, the low bassy tone kind of building up, the giants now facing towards her. She kneels down and spreads her fingers in the dirt, just as the stone giant did before, mountain. And she does so, her voice begins to lift. She opens her mouth and she starts to sing, and you see the forest build back up around her. In short order, she is joined by other individuals, some wood elves, some other dwarves, a familiar Harengon, but younger, as they all dig into the dirt and begin to join in a chorus. And as the music swells, the giants are repelled back into the shadow, into the depths of the mountain. And there's a crimson glow as the fissure that they emerged from begins to close. And the face of the stone giant, face of the mountain, goes back to being a more satisfied face, a more peaceful expression as the sounds of animals pick up again, and the symphony of the jungle, the symphony of the forest, resumes.
And the dream ends there. It doesn't seem to enter the current age, like the mountain's unaware.
Roll a wisdom check. As the dream seems to fade around you, but your curiosity drives it forward, drives time forward that much more.
22.
22. You absolutely delve in now to visions of time that are more recent. The mountain, the hands start to kind of crumble around you. It looks older. The trees have grown smaller, more to the size that you were familiar with. But it's clear that this peace was not permanent. A sickly red light washes over the mountain. And you see its face morphed into a visage of fear. The song fades, and as the shadows on the face looms, the mountain, you hear cracks as they begin to appear in the face of the mountain. You see the cracks kind of fissure out and race down across from the forehead, down the cheek, across the jaw. You see sections of the head wrinkling and begin to shatter. One of the eyes, the corner kind of crumbles and stone just kind of falls down, almost like tears behind you, in front of you. The hand goes to put you down in a very kind of like almost like rushed for the fashion, sets you and begins to hold on to the head as all the hands kind of grip and try to keep the head of it together. And then all of a sudden, things start to shake. Things start to feel dire. Roll another wisdom check for me.
Math. 19.
19's excellent. With a 19, the dream begins to kind of crumble around you. But before it does, you see animals, like the beasts of old, standing at the edge of the forest, their forms slumped over, their eyes hollow and dark. A scent reaches you in the dream, the scent of blood and ash and iron. And as the darkened, hunched animals kind of shamble forward in a very unnatural gait, you hear the mountain for the first time as it screams in just utter fear, utter disgust, and the dream crumbles around you.
Can they do something as it
Sure,
crumbles?
yeah, please.
Since they're in the dream and they feel this creature's terror in the moment, this gold flower that is starting to bud along their palm, they curl their hand out and a golden flower spirals and lands in front of the stone giant as just the seed of hope as they're being pushed out.
Give me an attack roll and add your wisdom modifier.
Damn, do bunk. I threw it.
Think of it like a spell attack. If you have any spell attacks, add that modifier.
Yeah, perfect. 17.
17. With the 17, the rose erupts from your hand. It stretches forward, and as it kind of takes into the dirt in front of the mountain, the face of the mountain kind of glances up in an expression of surprise. And you see the creatures that were kind of lumbering out of the dark forest before it start to shrink and kind of launch backwards. And as they do so, you see through those hollowed eye sockets in that dark, you see the reflection of yellow eyes. Something hidden beneath those animal skins. Something with yellow eyes. As they returns in fear from the light. And the dream around you doesn't in fact crumble, but instead there is that golden light of hope that erupts from the center outwards. And rather than kind of crumbling in, the golden light shines out and you awaken to that instead.
Oh my god.
That is your long rest, by the way.
Yay! I'm rested.
So you are rested.
Full health.
Finn, you were on watch. You still haven't quite gotten your full rest yet. But Finn, if you were having a little snore,
No,
just roll me a quick little d20 as your eyes close for just about a
that
moment.
makes sense. This is enough for anybody who plays TTRPGs. Don't make a joke. Don't make a joke. It'll be serious. It'll become reality.
It'll look, yeah. It's role play.
5.
Okay.
Don't say okay like that, David.
So Cress, you awaken in that golden light. When you awaken, the rose tattooed on your hand seems to glow a little bit brighter. It actually seems to be blooming.
Oh,
Just a little bit more.
They smile
awake.
and watch it. And something happens to Finn.
I die.
No. So Cress, after that, you emerge from the tent, right? Because you're on second watch, as according to my notes here.
Yeah.
And as you emerge, you see that Finn is kind of like leaning up against a nice coal stone, looking out over the twilight. But as you get closer, it's clear that he is not looking out, but he is kind of drifted off. And Finn, you were working on something.
Yeah.
It's in your palm. So Cress, you see, as Finn is just kind of nodded off a little bit, you see that you see something in his palm. Finn, you want to go ahead and describe for us?
Yeah. I say at this point he probably dozed off because of the amount of focus he was putting into this thing. So what you see is this really nicely polished blue teal stone with the giant runes for strength and dream etched into them. It looks as if it could be something affixed to like a pouch or made into a necklace or just some sort of icon that can be placed upon a person.
Someone who cannot read giant. They look down, they go,
It's a very pretty stone.
"Oh, that's pretty." And they look around. Well, nobody's dead. And then they'll
With your roll a perception check. Real quick.
Somebody's dead.
take it back. Someone might be dead. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Well, you guys do have a corpse that you are transporting, but aside from
This
that,
Brett,
somebody-
no new person's dead. It's 16.
16, you become aware that there are some rust monsters just kind of nibbling away at some ironwood trees nearby. Just kind of
That's
going
fine.
about. Yeah, they seem to just kind of be just snacking.
Okay. And our companions, Coco and, oh god, Halfling.
Riddick.
Riddick.
Riddick,
Yeah,
thank
they
you.
are in their tent. They're
Okay.
nowhere to be found. But with your 16, you can you nothing looks amiss.
All quiet on the Eastern Front. They'll wake up, Finn.
Oh no. Oh no.
Eventful watch.
There were some bugs that were eating things. That was peculiar. Other than that, from what I can recall, fairly uneventful. Also, here, hands them the stone.
Oh. This is very pretty.
It's can you read giant?
No. Interesting question.
That one points. That one's strength. The other, the one next to it's dream.
You made this for me?
I did.
Thank you, kind.
You're welcome.
They have a necklace, so I imagine they'll take it off and affix that. I imagine you're needing sleep, huh?
No. Yes.
No?
Yes, very much
Yeah.
so. I'm a bit of a
Yeah,
sleepy
you got a head
lad.
start.
I will hear about this for a while, I suppose.
No, that was the one time.
Thank you for your kindness. Yeah, I should probably get some sleep. How was your not rest? Rest, not rest? Oh, that's a good face.
I'm still parsing it out. I don't, have you ever heard of David, would I know if the Erosian Pantheon has that description of a dark-skinned entity wielding a flaming sword?
Roll a religion check.
David going, that's a good
Religion.
question.
Religion. That's not bad. One sec.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I'm not super smart. 16.
That's still quite good. Give me a second here. Pull up my- There is one member that I'm thinking of immediately, and that is the fire giant or Doom, the Herald of Nazgar, God of War. Is
love
a right is a fire giant. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah. Ordum, Ordom, with I guess like a little accent on it. The Herald of Nazgar is a large fire giant who wields numerous weapons, but is often depicted with either a great sword, a flaming great sword, or a flaming battle axe. But yes, the Herald of the God of War.
Interesting. Well, I may have accidentally joined the Dream of the Mountain. And
leans back. Okay. Sure.
I didn't mean to. I had plans to reach out to someone tonight, but it did not happen. And I think I may have seen the fire giant Ordom.
Does that name ring familiar to me, David?
Um, Go ahead, roll at advantage. Religion at advantage.
Religion and oh, not particularly.
Religion.
Oh, thank God! It was a 5 and a 19.
Yeah.
Religion. I just want to make sure it's not a minus.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is just a flat 19. Bless
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Mostly because advantage because you are a Goliath. You probably
Yeah.
track giants in the pantheon.
Yeah.
There are a couple. But yes, you do know Ordoom, the herald of Nascar, known as a fire giant.
Yeah. I've heard the name before. I'm a little familiar. It's disconcerting.
It's odd. I've always imagined the gods kind of descending from the heavens onto a place. But in this dream, I saw the world when it was beautiful. And I've always thought the world was beautiful, but I saw it. It was symphonic. It was like everything understood each other without having to say a word. And then these enormous creatures emerged from fissures in the earth. Organized. Not members of this symphony. Everything went quiet. It was like they took the music out of the world. And then they conquered, I think.
Sorry you had to see that beauty get conquered.
I'm sorry the mountain did.
Finn.
I like knowing things. Oh, I'm sorry.
Finn. This conversation definitely warrants a history check from you.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Fuck you. 10.
You vaguely recall when you were, a young lad, your grandmother teaching you about, it was hard to pay attention because she was slow and she was old and it was cold. But you do remember vaguely your grandmother teaching you things about how that the mountains are like living things. That at least she believed. There's a belief amongst the Goliath culture that the land, especially the mountains, are sentient to some extent. But with the 10, that's what you remember.
That's fair enough. Well, yeah, I think he just sort of. My nan used to tell stories about the mountains and their feelings, their dreams. I always chalked it up to fairy tales. But happy to be wrong.
The world is alive, though maybe less so than it used to be. Anyway, I'm trying to parse all of that. Do you know of any entities with yellow eyes that might run around in beast's clothing? I don't know.
In beast clothing.
Yeah.
Yellow-eyed entities? Like, I mean, my thought goes straight to, like, giant culture. Just given anything that, like...
Go ahead. Let's say, Finn, roll... I hate to put you on the spot for another history check.
Be nice to me!
Yeah, I'm trying to see. What other... If you can flavor this as a skill for me. Like, I let you flavor this as a different kind of skill if you can. Otherwise, we'll call it a history check again. Where's your character sheet?
History check. It's a +2. 9. 7.
Let's see.
I think that's just a nothing. I think that's a nothing,
Yeah.
and that's okay, man.
Yeah, I think Finn, it's nothing immediately comes to mind. I mean, definitely there are creatures that, have like yellowish kind of eyes, right? But nothing that currently stands out as like maybe, I'd propose that as like an option.
Unfortunately, nothing that's really coming to my mind. But I'm happy to think on it more and see if at some point something does come to my mind.
Yeah, I might ask the Rangers when they wake up too.
That's a good call.
You don't have to be an encyclopedia.
Oh, trust me, I've never thought I was one. But it's good to have something to think about and something to look into. So I'm just happy to help if I can. So I'll keep my mind open, and if anything hits my brain space, I'll let you know.
Thank you very much. Now go to bed.
he goes into the tent, just kind of gives him a pat on the shoulder. Good luck with your watch.
Thank you very much.
Don't nod off like I did. And he goes to bed.
I can't.
Oh shit.
It's true.
Dude, they can't.
All right. So let's do Finn. Finn, you head into the tent.
I do
And
that.
you set yourself down. You go to sleep.
I
So
yeah.
It's a second before sleep, kind of. Not as long as you'd think. As you kind of slip until you slip back into it. The day's events being quite long, and your previous sleep being interrupted, it's not hard to find it again. But of course, again, night after night, a similar dream, nightmare comes to you. Finn, roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm really good at wisdom.
I believe in you.
Okay, I'm not gonna roll that dice because that one's been fucking me all morning.
We got to retire that guy. Yeah.
Your
Not your
colors-
day.
Get the fuck out of. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Saving throw wisdom 19.
Fantastic. Finn, this night, whether it's for whatever reason, your will is strong tonight. You have a chance here, my friend. You know the dream. How do you overcome the events of it tonight?
I think for tonight, he doesn't think about changing the outcome, but he thinks about finding some sort of closure. So I think in a small moment before, sorry, so Button's eyes go wide for a second. It really got me. In the moments before things go the way that they do, I think that he looks for the captain. Looks for
Captain Shidin
Shidin,
standing at the
yeah.
wheel, getting ready, kind of in that frantic phase, looking at the weather, struggling to think what to do next as you appear.
just puts his hand on his back. I was talking to Serena.
He looks around at everything, looks at you. It's your dream. With 19, he seems to almost forget the events and the impending doom around him. He goes, Serena. Yeah. I talk to her. I get to tell her that I'm proud of her, I know I didn't take her on this trip, but that didn't mean that I don't love her, that I don't care for her, It's just she needs to understand that I was trying to protect her. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have found the words.
Well, the beautiful thing there is that you're her father and you would have done it anyway. That I trust. She loves you. She loves you a lot. Just as I know that you love her.
And as the ship rocks, the two of you kind of shuffle forward. You kind of run into the railings. You grab the wheel. He grabs onto you. The two of you are just kind of standing there and kind of like a locked, like one arm embrace, bearing yourselves for the impending thing that's about to happen. And he goes, looks towards the wave, looks towards you, looks towards the crashing swell of rising rock that is before the bow of the Drake. And he says, well, at least I'll always have that then.
I'll keep her
Thank
safe.
You. He says, thank you, Finn. And wake up. Cress, your watch, roll a perception. Well, you don't wake up, but sorry, Finn. Cress,
No, you're good.
your perception check, please.
Not amazing. 13.
With a 13, you are, after Finn goes to bed, you can't help but just be a little bit curious about the rust monster, as now it's gone from kind of just, it's a couple of them, they've gone from kind of like eating the upper branches of this ironwood, and they're kind of like, now the branches are kind of bare, as they've gone through most of the leaves and cracked off some of the larger branches. They're working their way down. And you observe those rust monsters, and keep something of a keen eye and ear out for anything else that might approach your camp. Your watch does go by uneventful.
Yay.
So, in short order though, a few hours in, Coco, the Wood Elf Ranger, awakens, or emerges from the tent where he was in his trance and looks out. He goes, seems like things have been quiet then.
Yeah, just some rust monsters over there. And, that's really all off clock.
Yes, they like to eat the higher branches, the ones that catch all the water. But they certainly have seen them in greater number lately.
That's interesting. There's less water, but they're out in greater numbers?
Yes, it's peculiar. They seem to be thriving, at least. We've seen not only trees taken down by them, but even sections of rock walls. They've now taken to even burrowing out from beneath the mountains where they once dwelled.
Consuming all the iron ore there, and then coming out?
Perhaps. Can't say for sure, but we're watching it. They haven't made their way down the mountains into the Ironwood proper, but they certainly do seem to be active. Perhaps it's lack of sunlight as he looks to the sky. They did tend to prefer the darker areas, and maybe now, the sun being gone, it's hard to say what ways the world might change now.
That's fucking concerning, Coco. I have a question for you.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Are you aware of any sort of creature or entity with yellow eyes that might wear the visage of a beast?
Wear the visage of a beast. Nothing that immediately comes to mind, I'm afraid. But I will be honest, I never really was one for study. Took more to the martial skills myself. Perhaps the master of the monastery, the master of the Sanctum Metallica. He might know more. Certainly knows more than I do.
Well, that is exciting to hear. Is this like 2 hours into the watch?
So your watch is basically over. So like we'll say,
Mm.
so Finn watched for 4. You'd probably be watching for like another 4, right? So, or I don't know how you guys want to split up your watch.
I had imagined that Finn would do 2,
Finn did 2.
and
Okay,
that maybe Riddick would do 2,
sure.
and
Okay,
then Cress would do 4.
Cress would do 4.
And I mean Coco can do whatever he wants.
Sure. Okay. We'll say Riddick slept through his watch. And yourself and Coco will kind of take the rest of the watch. Timeline wise, you're probably only looking at maybe like a couple more hours of sleep needed for Finn.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Coco, if you can keep more of an active eye out, I would like to do some crafting.
Certainly. Not a problem at all. I see that Riddick slept through his watch. But
Let him sleep. Nothing bad happened, so I can't be too mad at him.
he says, well, that's nice of you. If Astif were here, he wouldn't be getting off that easily.
I am no man's leader.
I'll handle the rest of the watch. You set about your crafts, and if anything should happen, I will notify you immediately.
Thank you. Yes, scream loudly. And they will set about, I would like to craft another potion of healing.
Sure. You got a few you got a few leaves left.
Let me do it.
Go.
Okay. Yeah. Math. Oh, it's a questioning. Wait, if it's medicine, no, it's not. Sorry. That was perception.
You add your
15.
proficiency bonus as well with your herbalism kit, too.
Then it is a questioning 20.
Success.
Yay.
Grind the leaves, you extract their juicy healing goodness.
Juicy healing goodness time. I keep track of how many mango leaves I have. Ew, think. And I know that they read it at some point, but I don't have listed what's in it. Do you have Wobbadub-Dub's potion recipes and artificing formulae, or is that something that isn't compiled yet?
I have something that I was using to compile it from, courtesy of drivethroughrpg.com. Give me a second. Takes no time to put it in.
Good. I think they will just, with any remaining time they have, they'll start looking through those formulae to see if there's anything interesting that they might want to craft in the future. And so, without having to know what precisely is in that, they will be looking out for the ingredients as they pass.
Okay. Give me a second here. Do they have a list of... There's a table. Okay. Roll me a d20.
8.
An 8. With an 8? Okay. You do come across an interesting kind of potion. The name is a bit grim. It is called Deer's Blood.
Beer's blood?
Deer. Like
Deer's
the animal. Deer blood. Deer's blood. So let's see.
I don't know how to tell you this, Wobbadub-Dub, but that ain't a potion.
The ingredients, as far as ingredients, you're missing a couple things. It looks like you do need at least a pint or a cup, of deer blood to make this potion. But according to this, it makes you more limber, more acrobatic, as it looks like this potion, mechanically speaking, would give you a dexterity benefit.
Cool.
Imbibing. Yes, I'll send you the ingredients and stuff for that, and we can talk about doing some real good crafting. But we'll tell you what, during travel today, we'll have you roll a couple of survival checks and see if you find any herbs that might help you make this.
Sweet.
Looks like ish. Okay. So, back here. Okay. It does look like Coco's watch goes by uneventful. Right, so you've learned the recipe for your deer blood. You have your deer blood potion. You do have your healing potions crafted, and Finn, you have received your long rest.
He's up.
You're back. He's up. Finn emerges from the tent. Right, it's a little bit while after when Riddick kind of, frantically emerges from the tent and goes, "Is it? Am I up?"
You are
Looks,
up.
I mean,
Isn't awake.
Coco, did I do it again? Yes, Riddick, you did.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, guys. It's tell you what, I'll take 2 watches tonight if we don't make it to the.
I think that's only fair.
I agree.
I'll join you for the second one.
Oh,
They'll overlap. I'll keep you company. Make sure you're up.
you're a good dude. I like you. You're a nice guy. Cuthbert emerges from behind the tent. Flares the wings.
Morning.
Flaps them, kicks up leaves and dirt and twigs. Start of a new day, my friends. There is, unfortunately, it looks like dawn, or it looks like sunset. Could be either choice of yours.
Check my timepiece that Panini Knuckle made for me.
According to the timepiece provided by Pim, is 6 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, nice.
Day ahead.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 a.m. We got a lot of ground to cover.
Okay.
Riddick looks at you and goes, "You know the time? Are you just making that up, or is it actually 6 a.m.?
As far as I can discern, Pimania successfully. I know a lot of aircraft people, so I have a timepiece.
Timepiece? That's pretty damn useful. The rest of us, we've been
Guessing?
you just sleep when you're tired, and you wake up when you wake up, you know?
I hear that's actually better for your body, but here we are.
Wow. You see that, Coco? It's good to sleep once in a while.
Oh,
Yes, once
Riddick.
in a while, Riddick. You definitely abuse the privilege, my friend.
I would.
Yoig.
So we are.
So
We're
you
heading
guys-
north, just straight north, or
yeah, you guys are headed kind of. So going to the Sanctum Metallica now.
yeah.
Right? You're heading kind of northeast. Still that northern orientation, with a slight deviation east to make your way up the slope of the mountain towards the Sanctum Metallica, towards the monastery.
And they were saying we could get there within the day, right?
Yeah, you should be able to climb the mountain and get there today. Absolutely. Assuming everything goes well.
Don't say it like that, you bitch.
So, they settle down, grab some of their rations, and offer you all. Since we're heading to the temple, we'd like to be able to restock there if you care for some.
That would be wonderful.
I got my own. Split it amongst yourselves.
Very self-sufficient. Good ranger.
That I am not.
Coco.
Should see me fall out of that tree.
I've heard stories about a Goliath assisting the Ironborn Rangers. I didn't expect I'd be meeting your acquaintance so soon. You've helped my brethren quite a bit.
Do my best.
Oh. You've certainly garnered the respect of everyone, including Lenza, the head of our conclave.
I constantly feel as if I'm not doing enough, so that's a very kind thing to hear this early in the morning. Thank you very much.
Well, rest assured, Master Reese.
Nope. That first part, caught it. Finn's nice and good for me.
Rest assured, Finn. Your name carries good omens in the Ironwood.
He looks at Cuthbert. Did you hear that? Good old man. Jesus.
It's just kind of a waft of warm
Whoever
air.
that is.
He's like, whoever that is. Oh,
Just kind of blows your hair. It has a faint kind of like ionized smell to it too.
Oh, that'll wake you up in the morning.
Yeah, it definitely tickles.
Thank you very much. Woo! I needed that.
So once you guys have eaten and everything, head out, continuing on the trail, making your way through the Iron Hills. Making my way. Let's have someone lead a survival check for us. I'll tell you, with the group that you've got going on right now, 2 rangers and stuff, will say they're passively assisting you, also lowering that DC for you.
Delicious, because I rolled a 19 for a 26.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are booking your way through these hills, through the forest. You're navigating around trees. You're finding the most secure ground upon which to tread. You are navigating the wilderness expertly. With a 19, Cress,
26.
26. Well, with a 26.
They said, no. Actually, it's a 20,
actually a 26.
It's a 26, my guy.
Okay. With a 26, Cress, you actually do manage to find one of the ingredients, an additional ingredient that you are going to need.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yay.
There's just a cup of deer's blood just chilling out.
Yeah,
waiting
there you find a dead deer, unbled.
Oh no, unbled. This one was like, this one's not to my liking. And then, we go for another.
Actually, what you do find in some of the darker trenches of the valley, in some of the deeper shadows, you, Cress, notice a particularly rare plant, shadow thistle. And you can attempt to collect a few fronds of shadow thistle.
I might get poisoned. What am I rolling?
You will be rolling a survival check. You will add your herbalism your kit to give you a bonus to your efficiency as well.
So it's a +9.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. 21.
21. Go ahead. Roll me a d6, please.
21.
2.
You find 5 fronds of shadow thistle.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. And this is an ingredient for deer's blood.
This is one of the ingredients for deer's blood. You need some deer blood still. And according to this, there's one other ingredient that you have not heard of called brainberry.
What? What do you mean by that?
We're gonna have a talk.
You keep saying this name, and I keep just having a little bit of a giggle fit.
No, me too. Sorry, I didn't realize I was vocalizing that out loud. There is a Firbolg in the Whispering Jungle named Wubbadubdub. Yes.
Delightful.
He won't accept any nicknames either.
What?
So here we are.
Have you tried Wooby?
No.
Maybe I'll try Wooby if I meet Wubbadub.
Yeah.
Can I have perception checks from the two of you?
Oh, shit.
12.
With a 12 for Cress. Finn, what'd you get?
A natural 1.
Ooh. Okay.
Jesus
Here,
fucking
just take some notes.
Christ.
Finn.
Kill me.
And all right, re-roll your character.
Yeah, all right. That makes sense.
So, you guys have been you're collecting the shadow thistle, right? You've collected the I said 5 fronds, was it?
Mm-hmm.
5 fronds, and you're discussing those adventures in the Whispering Jungle, Cress. As you were doing so with your perception check of a 12, you start to notice something odd in the forest around you. It's not something that's there, but something actually that is missing. That is the sounds of animals. It grows silent. Forest around you.
I'm aware, because I love studying birdsong, that when shit goes quiet, it means there's a predator.
It means something's going on. Yes. Finn, however, you are
Wubba lubba dub
You-
dub.
you're musing over this name Wubba Dubba Dub Dub.
Yeah,
Aw.
sure am.
I need
Remember when
so-
20 minutes ago this guy said your name carries good omens? Fucking bullshit. All right.
Let's see. Where's the thing? Okay, so as the two of you are gathering these herbs, right? Cress, you notice the animals are gone, and then in short order, you start to feel the trees kind of rattling around you. The ground
Oh,
begins to
fuck.
shake as an earthquake begins to strike. I need you both to roll me dexterity saving throws. Finn at disadvantage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ah! That's cocked. I wish it wasn't because it was a
Oh
19.
my
Kind
fucking god.
of not good.
Natural 1.
6.
Oh no! No!
So
Finn doesn't even know he's falling. He just goes completely horizontal.
do you want to roll for Cuthbert or should I?
You be nice to my baby boy.
My baby boy.
If
That's a
anyone-
12. I don't. He's got nothing to it. It's a 12.
Okay. Okay. The ground begins to rumble and shake underneath you guys as you're in this trench. You feel the earthquake kind of surrounding. The mountain starts to kind of rattle. The wildlife is nowhere to be found. You all fall prone, except for Riddick, ironically.
Love that.
Riddick is the only one.
He is
Close to
well
the ground.
rested.
The halfling is closer to the ground as things start to shake and it starts to get really, really violent. I mean, the floor around you, like, the trees start to kind of shift as they're standing and looming over you. And a deep fissure begins to form just along the trench in which you are all currently.
I
need
whip
you all-
out my pole of collapsing and have it expand to 10 feet and grab onto it to get it across either end of the fissure.
You
Hold
roll
on!
this. You roll this at advantage. Finn, a flat roll for you.
Yeah.
Cuthbert as well.
And what am I rolling?
Dexterity saving throw.
Another one.
Another dexterity saving throw.
Do I go to-
14.
Okay, I'm a dumbass. Okay. I'm gonna roll something different because I'm scaled.
Oh, does Cuthbert need one? 'Cause he- no.
Cuthbert does.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whee!
With a natural 20, you are also able to grab onto the 10-foot pole.
22. Maybe he's just like.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, Cress, what'd you get?
I got a 14.
You got a 14. 14
I have
makes
the
it.
dex.
14 meets it.
We.
What did
Um,
Cuthbert do?
Cuthbert rolled a 15, so
Cuthbert rolled a 15.
I imagine he
He's fine.
doesn't grab the pole.
He just
but I
kind of
imagine
flaps a wings. Yeah,
flies,
he just kind of he just kind of gets up. The two rangers unfortunately both fail, even the other dude rolling an advantage for his
Shit.
earlier good save. They do slip into the fissure as the two of you grab on. Cress is quick thinking. The 10-foot pole comes out, lodges within the fissure on either side, and the two of you are able to kind of hang on to it as the world around you begins to shake. You can see the trees now, the leaves kind of falling in, and then in short order, the ground just at the base of them begins to crumble as trees begin to collapse. One of them hits the ground and starts rolling down the trench, and it is about to fall into the fissure that you guys are in.
Entangle, or is it? Wait, one of them the ranger or the tree? If it's a
Sorry.
ranger, entangle.
Both rangers actually fell in. But
Entangle.
I will say it is only about 10 feet deep, so they don't take any
Okay.
damage, but they are
Never mind.
prone at the bottom of this newly formed fissure. Sorry, I'm leaning way back. They are prone at the bottom of this newly formed fissure. The trees now kind of rolling into the trench. You two, I need another dexterity saving throw at advantage
15.
with your 10-foot pole, and
Oh, shit.
the two rangers are going to be rolling theirs.
17.
19.
Hell yeah, dude.
17 and 19, and Cuthbert. Well, Cuthbert's fine. We'll say Cuthbert's good. He's flying.
He's fine.
Okay.
Cuthbert, I will say if you have anything you want Cuthbert to do, you can also command Cuthbert as well, Cress. If there's any we'll give you control of Cuthbert in this moment as well.
Can you get them?
Um,
Pointing to the Rangers.
According to the Rangers, Cuthbert kind of circles around. It is a steep fit.
Oh,
Possible, but we
Fine.
would need an acrobatics check from
Yeah,
Cuthbert.
can you get me? And I will get them.
Okay. Finn?
If I used my giant smite, could I scale down and grab one of them?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely you can.
Finn is gonna look at Cress. I'll grab one, you grab the other.
All right.
Hold on, he'll just push off and activate Giant Smite, and then sort of grab the side of this fissure that's formed, and just sort of scale his way down, and go to pick one of them up. Athletics check.
Athletics at advantage.
Oh Jesus, that's disgusting. Fit 21.
21. So with that 21, not only are you kind of scaling down, but as one of the trees kind of topples inside, you're actually able to use it and kind of shift it with your size.
Yeah.
And prop it in and even create an easier handhold there. That's very fucking cool move, dude. I love the image of giant Finn. Spider-Manning his way down the fissure. All right. So Cress, so you make it down, Finn, and you're able to kind of scoop up. Who are you going for, Riddick or? Let's say they're both prone.
I will take the bigger of the two, just to give Cress and Cuthbert some ease.
Sure.
Thank you.
So
You're welcome.
you're able to kind of scoop up Coco, right, and kind of hold him up. Yeah, as the tree kind of starts to fall with your save, you're able to just kind of pin him out of the way and make your way out. Cress, how are you saving Riddick?
So, if Cuthbert is picking me up instead of Riddick, then they snap closed the collapsible pole so that it's 1 foot again, and then the chasm's still just 10 feet down, correct?
10 feet down.
They speak the command word again, and it opens up to 10 feet, and they extend it to Riddick. Say, hold on.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm gonna give Cress roll a
There's something I'd like to do that may
for it.
decide what kind of roll this is.
Yeah,
as soon as
please.
Riddick holds on, they
Yeah.
speak the command word again, and it goes from 10 feet long to 1 foot long, so it pulls him up. Just the magic of it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, nice.
Oh, that fucks.
Nice. Okay, so let's say attack roll, or what are you thinking? Yeah,
That makes
I think attack
sense.
roll.
That makes
I think
sense.
attack roll makes sense, right? Yeah, it comes down. Riddick grabs it as Cuthbert is now kind of flying in. Animal handling as well.
Okay.
Would
The
clearing the
attack is
Advantage.
13.
13? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Ooh!
Oh.
Natural 20 plus 7.
Okay.
scared
so
the
Cuthbert,
fuck out of me.
you call out to Cuthbert as you're prepping for the maneuver. Finn, you see Cuthbert kind of gliding overhead, draw the wings in and go into a steep dive.
Oh, hell
and kind
yeah.
of falls in between the fissure, kind of using the front and back legs to kind of grip onto the sides of the fissure and push forward just below Cress as the pole goes out. Riddick doesn't even really grab it as much as you kind of like manage to hook it through the armor and hangs onto it as the three of you fly outwards. The trees crash in. Cress and Riddick are on the wing, banking back around, while Finn and Coco are emerging from the chasm. You guys successfully navigated the earthquake. No one died.
Nobody died.
Damage, because the damage comes in at the end there, and you guys managed to avoid that part. Good job.
Cool. Up in the sky, does it seem like this was just a natural earthquake?
Up in the skies, you look around. It is a significant earthquake. It looks like it's affected areas and caused little avalanches in different parts. Tree falls in different parts. You see tons of birds flying away. It does appear immediately on the offset to be natural, but roll a perception check and let's see what you
This sounds like a dream I just saw. 18.
With an 18,
Get it.
this is an interesting perception check because this is a perception check of not what you see, but in the air, you feel the fear,
Ooh.
pain the night before. As the wild below you shudders in response to maybe something unseen from here, from this vantage point, but there's something amiss.
It sucks to have like theories from a prior campaign and be like, I don't know that. Okay, cool, great, sick.
So,
Not
Yeah,
the
so you
in
get-
Save Unknown Realms issues as well. You're like, "Uah!"
why?
I find myself purposefully being like, all right, I know this is a wrong conclusion, but it's logical.
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, makes
Like-
sense. Yeah.
So, Cress, you come back, you circle around and land. Finn, your giant spine I think lasts for 10 minutes, so you can end it when you, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
ending it until everybody is up and out of the fissure and like in a position that is safe. So probably lasting the whole duration.
Okay, yeah. After the initial shake, after the initial quake, you guys can regather, right? Close to where Finn is in his giant's form. Clear away some of the fallen trees. Coco and Riddick, Riddick now hanging on to you, Cress, like at your side, at your knee. There's a hand grip tightly as he kind of looks down. Like
He's
I've
in
never-
the sidecar, but he's still terrified.
absolutely terrified. You land, and it takes a second for him to kind of like unclamp the hands.
Riddick,
Coco.
you're gonna leave a mark.
I've never been on Dragonback before.
Oh, well, welcome. It's quite an honor.
Thank you. Wow. I thought I was a goner there.
Yeah, I don't like that happened.
An earthquake. Is everyone okay? Coco says, turns to you, Finn. Thank you for saving me. Riddick's right. Those trees coming down on us could have been the end. I really don't want to get pinned under any more trees, guys. Not 2 days in a row.
Oh, no, trauma. Okay.
Oh no!
I'll tell you what. How about seeing that Coco has this trauma response? How about we scope from the sky for a little bit, see if there are any more of these earthquakes occurring. We'll keep close to you two. They look to Riddick and Finn. But I just want to see if there's a pattern. And tree can't crush you up there. They'll point to the sky with Coco.
That sounds better. Thank you. If that's okay with everybody, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Do what you need to do to stay safe and alive. We'll do the rest.
You'll have, should anything happen, you'll have my bow from the air.
And I don't have an axe.
And my spells.
I'm
my
here.
broken stick.
And my broken stick. Okay, so
I've seen Lord of the Rings now. I can understand the reference.
hang on. Time out.
He's actually only seen Fellowship.
I've only seen Fellowship. And this was like a month ago?
Can I kick him off his own channel?
Bye, guys. The bit wasn't worth
Alec.
it. The bit wasn't worth it. The bit wasn't worth it. The bit wasn't worth it. Hold on.
Alec.
How's your tech feeling there, buddy?
No, I did it, and then I had a fucking heart attack. I'm the worst. Sorry. We're
we
back.
will have to have a talk about this after, though.
I'm gonna get yelled at.
I let you into my home.
It's a
Are we in the right spots?
Are we on a map? I don't see a map.
No,
okay.
on stream.
Oh yeah, everybody,
we are now,
Everybody's
sorry.
on the right
Okay.
spots. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys are collected. Finn and Riddick going
Mhm.
from the ground.
Yep.
Cress and Coco going from the air.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Right? Okay. In this scenario, with you guys separated, I'm gonna say Cress, you're being something of the scout. Finn tracking from the floor below. Cress, you're both gonna roll survival checks, right? Cress, you're going to be at advantage. Finn, yours is going to be...
Disadvantage.
No, yours is going to be perception dependent. Because you got to track Cress first.
Okay, so I make a perception check.
Yeah, you'll make a perception check for us. Cress, what'd you get for survival?
15.
Nice.
15.
Ooh! Better than I was expecting, if you couldn't tell by my excited ooh. Perception is an 18.
An 18. Okay, really good. So yeah, it's Finn, you're successfully tracking Cress from below, right? So you're kind of following along the path that Cuthbert seems to kind of be gliding across, right? Cress, from your vantage point, excuse me, sorry, a little gassy. From your vantage point, you can see out quite a ways around you. Coco also keeping the eyes peeled. And Cress, as you guys are making your way up the mountain still, you're now passing, making your way kind of like up the southeast facing slope, making your way kind of again north, climbing now the land far below you. You guys see, you see up ahead a bit of a clearing, right, with a pretty hefty tree line. It looks like this section of the mountain, once there might have been a mighty waterfall or something. You can see where water had kind of stained and left marks on the walls, on the rock walls, into a giant pit that would have also kind of flowed down into a subsequent waterfall, making its way down. Finn and Riddick on their hiking trail, coming up on the trail, just approaching that section too. Cress, with your survival check and Finn's perception, you guys become aware of something, the trees shaking, something moving, making its way towards Finn, coming in the direction, something moving through the trees. Finn, you emerge into kind of this clearing, and you can see, not only can you see the trees, but from the position on the floor with your excellent perception check of an 18, also feel a slight tremor in the floor. Nothing quite like the earthquake before, but
sword and shield are drawn for sure.
Sword and shield drawn
just
immediately.
In case, yeah.
Yeah, immediately. Riddick sees you. Oh shit! Draws a crossbow.
Waterfall's in the opposite direction.
Waterfall is ahead.
What's in the opposite direction?
So the way it's kind of set up, you guys they're kind of like on a ledge. So there's the way back, kind of going back down the side of the mountain where they came from, or the dried up waterfall ahead.
Shit.
So Finn and Riddick at cliff, right?
Tell you what, this would be easier to do with the map.
Okay.
Wow. Wait,
so,
are we playing Dungeons and or Dragons?
There's dungeons,
Dungeons
there's dragons. So let's see. I'm gonna just move Riddick over here.
I can't stop thinking about Vin Diesel.
I know, right? Chronicles of Riddick. I was actually really debating watching that for recently.
It's not a bad flick. It's a fun little flick.
Yeah, you gotta watch that and Pitch Black. I think they're the same universe. He's the same character.
Yeah, same character. Yep.
Okay, so Finn, go ahead, place yourself on the map over here for me.
Oogie.
You guys see my pings?
Yep, sure can. God, I love those Pathfinder tokens.
Yeah, right?
They're so
useful.
I use them.
This map is so pretty.
Yeah, so you see kind of like up here is where the waterfall would have kind of emerged, falling down, and all manner of trees, debris,
I can't put
mossy
myself
stones.
Down. Oh,
Cress, can you put yourself down too? And Cress, you can place
Thank
Cuthbert as well. Big Cress. 1 sec.
Did I drop?
Mine,
Ooh, I'm big.
mine is
I got
not
you.
dropping.
Yours isn't?
I can't drop Cuthbert either.
Word.
Oh, wait, there it is. It just took a minute.
Is Cuthbert large or gargantuan there? He needs to be
large.
I don't think
This
he's
small.
that big. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Please.
Finn,
Yeah, it's
I
not.
put you. Yeah, weird.
Well, let me drop him.
Hang on. Let's see what's going on.
Roll 20.
No, this happened. I actually noticed because we started on the other map, and for some reason, I think something happened to Finn's character sheet in roll 20 because your token was gone on the other map too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have control of it then. So just make sure that...
I fix.
Oh, good.
Your token,
Let me in!
token. There's a Finn token there.
I cannot, yeah, I can't move him either.
No, not yet. Stupid thing.
What a mood.
In player's journals, Finn can be controlled by Finn. I delete this one. Let's see if I drag you from here.
Oh, yeah, there we are.
And big Finn. 2 big Fins.
Make me little.
There you go.
Bing
Go ahead
bong.
and
Yep,
place yourself.
perfect. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Why is Cress's name not showing? Cress's name not showing up on the token. Or Cuthbert's.
Ooh, tech happens to the best. The fucking...
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. I'll put Cress's in for now.
Thank you.
Okay.
And where's
so
the sound coming from?
the sound is coming from these trees over here. You see the branches shaking and shifting. Finn, you can feel the tremors. With your perception check of an 18, it definitely feels like more than one creature.
No.
You guys have 1 round here to kind of anticipate or prep as something seems to be kind of running towards the edge of the trees. What do you do?
I fly here.
Okay. I'm
And
going to say Coco and Riddick both ready actions.
cool, yeah. So Cuthbert flies there with a dash. And
Fly
then
here.
I take something noisy from my inventory, which I believe will end up being a torch, unlit. And I throw it against the rock wall in the other direction to try and draw it away.
Oh, like over yonder this way?
Yeah, get over there. Go look that way.
Oh,
I'm
please.
gonna call this deception check.
Deception.
Disgrace. For shame.
Fuck.
Evil.
9.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Okay, Finn, what do you do?
I am gonna take one of my last javelins, and I am going to kind of follow suit and assist Cress where I can and launch the javelin in that direction to try and make that sound more apparent.
I'm gonna say yours is coming second, so you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that advantage roll.
Okay.
Roll.
And
Go ahead and
deception?
roll deception. Deception advantage.
Fucker. Oh. Okay. Deception. Deception is a 16.
16. Okay. Okay. So here's what happens. As you guys crest from your vantage point, now you see emerging through the tree line. If I can select the things correctly on roll 20.
Come on, roll 20.
It's got.
I don't think it's roll 20. I think it's mostly mine. Just
No. We're gonna
bad at
blame
my
roll
math.
20. It's with the fallback. It's having a bit of issues. Kind of getting on top of it this morning.
So here is what you all see.
What the fuck is that?
Moose.
These
Elk.
are elk.
Looks like. I
Oh
could have-
no!
These are stock
Wait!
photography of elks.
Ah!
Looks like I could have.
They-
Don't run off the ledge. Stop.
They
Don't
are.
corralling these elk. Don't do it.
I will say what happens here with your checks. So the stampede is kind of making its way down the mountain because you guys are making your way up the mountain. They're kind of going down. This front portion of the stampede is going to continue forward, but the latter back part of the stampede
No.
are going to kind of separate off. They're still going to try to follow, but they're hanging back away. So the groups are kind of split. They kind of like shift downwards. You know, their instinct is driving them very heavily, right? They also failed really badly on their perception checks to really do much with your distraction, but your roll was really good. So averaging out, they're off course from the rest of the herd a little bit, while these guys are kind of pushing their way forward and about to make their way directly across the path Finn as they are stampeding forward. We are going to go into initiative now.
Oogie.
The initiatives. Oh no! Doesn't count. Roll for Cuthbert for me.
Yeah, 15 for Cuthbert.
Ooh, get it, Cuthbert.
Ooh. See here. I'll tell you.
15, Scuzzy.
Lead elk got a nat 20.
Fuck you, dude.
Bitch.
Bitch.
And before we really get into it here, I do have to give you guys a little bit of a description of these guys, because they are not as they look in the token. I couldn't find free elk art, so I was like, well, this is stock elk photography will work.
I honestly, there's something really endearing about just like the stock elk art. I do enjoy it quite a bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's neat.
Next time, just take the elk crossing signs and like the yellow and black.
Oh my god. And cut the stream. I gotta go back.
Okay, and we'll see you guys next. Could you imagine?
No. Last time. Let's see.
Last time, 10 minutes ago, I thought it was really funny.
What the hell is the name of the characters again?
What did you get for initiative?
Vin Diesel.
I got 10.
Do you want 17?
Yeah, you guys can get one swap.
That might be a good idea,
You can take
actually.
Yeah, take the 17.
Yeah.
And you can also trade with Cuthbert, so you do have that to consider.
Oh.
Because what did Cuthbert get?
15.
Take the 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Cress has a 17, Cuthbert has a 15, and Finn, you end up with a
10.
Okay. All right.
Finn is far better reacting to everything that's going on than taking charge. That is Cress's bread and butter. These dice you got me, Button, are rolling very well today.
I'm so glad.
Yay.
Hell yeah. I know they've bullied you in the past.
Oh, sure have. That seems to be a theme in the dice that we get each other.
God. I've never rolled more now once in my life.
I hate it, and I'm so sorry.
Okay, so let's see here. Statue blocks. Okay. The thing.
Ooh, owie.
Sorry.
Dude,
I'm back onto just the one screen, so
Don't
I
apologize.
lose track of my...
God. Yeah, you're good. Do your thing. We're vibing. It's a Sunday morning. I told Button before you got in
chilling
here,
Sunday morning.
The vibe is like Saturday morning cartoons. We're here, we're doing it,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun. You know what? Fuck it, dude.
Exactly.
Who be texting me?
Okay. All right. So, big dude first. All right. Big elk. As you look out to this thing, as it steps into the light, something immediately becomes remarkable about the lead elk. And that is, this is not a creature of flesh and blood. This is a creature with bronze plating.
Ooh.
It looks more like something that it looks more like a metal statue of an elk, right? Finn, you've actually seen creatures kind of like this around the Ironwood.
I have.
Things like the bronze sables,
Oh, sure, yeah.
the metal raptors.
My favorite little guys.
Your favorite little guys.
Yeah.
This is a creature similar, it seems, to that. As it kind of as it steps out onto the stone, you hear metal ringing as it is charging through across here. It is going for like a stampede kind of movement. It's going to move. It's going to probably actually double move, being that it's on a stampede right now. It's going to get right up to you first.
Is that a chasm that it's going over?
No, this is like a dried river.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So it's a little bit lower. But you're right, though. It is difficult terrain now that I think about it. So I'm going to say it does get to be... It will make it over to just about there with the difficult terrain as it kind of, goes over the mud and the slick, mossy stones.
Oh shit! Yeah,
it's just taking everything in its path. So it's going to charge through you. Let's see here. Attack roll. Finn does a 23 hit you.
Yes, David.
Just checking.
Yes, David, it hits me.
I wanna hear it in your voice. Okay.
David, it hits me.
Okay. Need.
I did not like that.
The amount of dice he just rolled?
Yeah.
Same. I puckered so hard right there.
You take 10 piercing damage.
Oh, okay, there's more. The way you said that, there's more. Got it?
There's more.
Fuck.
You also take
10.
6 fire damage as this creature's body radiates
Fucking Christ.
radiates heat.
Okay.
And as it kind of like makes contact with you, it's going to rear up and slash down with the hooves. You press, you can see that's a natural 1. Sorry. With a natural 1, it does invoke an attack of opportunity. So as it rears up to strike down with the hooves, Finn, there's an opportunity here for you to attack it if you'd like. You can attack on a natural 1. You're within range. Also, I need a strength saving throw from you as well.
Instead of an... Shit. Yeah, I'll do the attack.
Okay.
Ooh, 25.
That'll hit, sir. Go ahead and hit it.
Doing longsword, one hand. That's a D8. Nice. That is 10 slashing damage.
10 slashing damage. The sword
and then a strength
rings
saving
out
throw?
metallic clang. Yes, and a strength saving throw.
Oh, fuck. Natural 1.
You manage to get the attack off,
Mm-hmm.
right? But as it picks you up with the antlers, you kind of slash down with the sword at its shoulder, but it does manage to throw you back, and you were knocked prone.
Okay.
Finn is the prone. Okay, so Finn is prone there. Right. That is its turn. Cress, you are up with Cuthbert on deck.
Fuck.
You see this creature race across out of the forest, this metallic elk, and it kind of bounds across the riverbed and comes straight head on with Finn, lifts him up with the antlers and throws him back as he manages to land a strike on its shoulder. And a metallic ring.
Fuck! They are going to... Yeah. They are going to cast Entangle on it.
Okay.
I need a strength save 15. 4.
Sorry about that. That is a 15 on the dice. It does save.
Yeah, silvery barbs.
Sure.
Silvery barbs.
That time it failed.
Yay! All right. So these teal aquatic vines leap out of the earth, and I think as they wrap around this elk, they sizzle from the heat of it as like this water escapes and coils around it. Can I, it's not like a bonus action economy, but I would like to see what they're running from.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll call this an insight check.
All right. What's got you all in a tizzy? 17.
17. They certainly appear scared and frantic as they are fleeing. As far as the source of its fear, I will say something that Cress would probably kind of like innately understand is that this thing is like scared. You know, the mountain that it lives on just kind of like shook violently. And these guys are fleeing, and the whole forest is in an upheaval in the wake of the earthquake. As when it hit, there was all the creatures kind of like hunkered down, but now in the aftermath of it, it's chaos as they are fleeing for their lives.
Gotcha.
The area of your entangle, it's like a 20-foot radius or something, right?
Yes, they would have centered it so as to not get
Finn. Yep. Absolutely.
And it can make it can use its action each round to try and beat the DC.
I think. There. Oh no, not that little one. Supposed to be there. The baby entangle.
A little entangle.
Just a wee entangle.
Just a wee little entangle.
Let's see if I can collect all of them together. Nope.
But anyone running into it will have to make the same.
Make the same
save.
save. Got it. How's that for placement?
Yep, perfect. Makes sense.
All right. So yeah, the riverbed is just as there's still like some remnants of mud and moisture within that as it kind of rises up and emerges and entangles the creature. All right, Cress. Cuthbert's on deck. Any movement, and we'll put that movement on Cuthbert's turn here.
Yeah. Cuthbert will move.
I forgot Coco and Riddick actually had attacks readied.
Mm,
I'm just gonna take those real quick. You're gonna both take them at the
we'll stay in the air, but we'll go here.
They're both gonna miss.
Delightful.
Okay, so in the air, right around there. Got it. Coco with you. Okay.
Hold on. Does restrained make advantage a thing?
Restrained
yes, it does.
reduces movement speed to 0, and I think yeah.
You gain advantage on attack rolls.
Yeah. Because it's restrained. Yep, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and its attack rolls have disadvantage. And it has disadvantage on dex saves.
Got it. Yeah. Now these attack rolls were for their ready attacks before.
Gotcha.
So they were neutral, but so yeah, Cuthbert's movement on their turn, they will, if they attack at it, they'll get advantage on it. So yeah, Cuthbert's movement is set. Any other actions for Cuthbert?
Actually, yes. I think. Actually, I really fucked myself on this one. They don't necessarily want to hurt these animals. They feel really bad. About this situation. Cuthbert, what do you have? Nothing non-violent.
He has a breath attack.
Nothing
but-
non-violent. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fuck. If possible, can they sweep down next to Finn and just say, I think we should get out of here, using Cuthbert's dash?
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you can absolutely get down next to Finn. So Cuthbert, let's see. Cuthbert has 80-foot movement speed. Crossed over here with a few. You guys are like over here. So you crossed over there with 50, and then kind of that last like 15 feet down there, leaving you, was it 65 feet movement speed? So you still have half your movement speed. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there is a rule that Cuthbert can expend the other half of that movement speed from that dash to help Finn up.
That would be sick. I would love
believe
to do that.
There is a rule for that. Gonna call it that way for now. Might not in the future, but I'm pretty sure that's a rule where a creature assisting a prone creature can expend half of their movement. So Cuthbert still does have like that. He only used 15 and 50, so he still has half of a movement, so he can get Finn up.
Okay, then he will do that if Finn is willing.
Yeah, if Finn's
Absolutely, yeah.
So Finn, you are back on your feet as Cuthbert swoops down over the thing and kind of uses the jaws to kind of like grab you right at the shoulder and kind of pull you up to your feet.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Chris.
As now Finn, Cress, and Cuthbert is facing off against the oncoming herd of elk. All right, it is basic elks. The basic elks are going to do their turn. Let's see. Them's not too bright. Them's following leader. Gonna roll to see if they run right into the thing. wisdom's not too bright, and I think they would. Yeah, they do. They do.
Yay!
They are all going to go swamp. Get
Womp
into
womp.
here. And it's a 15 save, you said?
Correct.
And let's see, so 2 of them do fail. The other 2 do continue. Should have
They
marked where
continue,
were.
but it is difficult.
Difficult
terrain.
terrain. So they're
Also.
going to get to like with their movement expended. I think they only get to like there. Yep, and that's where they're at. The other basic elk. These guys were the ones that were confused by the shenanigans before the fight, and they are going to. I think they're going to run back up the mountain. You guys had placed in such a way that they were going to chase it, so they are going to go back up the mountain, and they're going to chase up the mountain. Also, seeing, these guys now trapped, they're getting further and further away, and they lose track of them. So half the herd runs back way up the mountain. Okay.
Also feel guilty
Welcome
about
in,
that, but
Rangers.
I'll just drop this entangle as soon as possible.
All right, Finn, you are up with Coco. Well, Coco.
Are they beginning to move?
They are going to certainly try to. They are still like trying to. Actually, Finn, at the start of your turn, you are going to take
No!
heated body effect of the lead elk.
That makes sense.
Great roll. That's going to be 10 damage to you. 10 fire damage.
Oh, I'm looking very bad.
So
Uh-huh.
that's notes for Cress and Cuthbert, as you 2 are also within range.
You said
in that
10?
range. Yeah.
Mhm.
At the start of your turn, that damage hits as the body just kind of
Okay.
radiates a wafting heat.
What I am gonna do is use my bonus action. It seems clear that we're just trying to corral and not harm these things.
I want to leave.
Yeah. So just as a bonus action, as a safety measure, am I aware of predators that would kind of force these creatures to move in an opposite direction?
Yeah, I would say so. You've kind of, you've grown up in the mountains. There are certainly elks there, not quite as, unique as these, but yeah, certainly.
My shield just says a face, not a human face, not a. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mimic that of an angry predator. So you see as like almost like a metallic domino, it just around as the face changes into like a predator as he sort of kind of corrals around in circles to get toward Cress and Cuthbert.
Okay. Roll intimidate. At advantage, because that's possible.
And then he'll just sort of wave behind himself toward Riddick. Come on, move in. Intimidation? 18.
Okay. All right. So let's see. 18 definitely makes it against this creature's insight thing here. So it is. I'm going to give you a frightened effect on this.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is frightened. So frightened. It has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you are within line of sight of it, and it cannot willingly move closer to you.
Perfect. So yeah, and I'm trying to get it so they're not going to run off the cliffside. So just moving so they're running kind of deeper into the mountains into themselves.
Okay, so go ahead and move your token as you'd like.
Okay. He'll move.
If you leave its range, it will take attack of opportunity, but at disadvantage.
I will let it take it, and I'll just sort of move. And I get here. Yeah, I'll get here. So it's not. Ah, you fuck. So I will allow it.
It misses you.
Fuck you, dude.
It misses you. All right. You do step into the entangle, so
What do I need to make?
strength saving throw, I believe. Press.
Oh, wait,
15
yeah.
was the DC.
That is
I didn't realize you moved up.
that is a 19.
Yeah, you're fine. You're able to kind of like stomp over the entangle. Kind of standing on those trees, you're able to kind of like balance up and kind of set up there. Okay. I will say as you step onto it, Finn, I'll give you this because you're not a dumb boy. You're standing on these trees and you can tell that they're held fast mostly by the entangle, but as you shift your weight, you kind of are aware that if the entangle wasn't here, they might drop. Like they might start to shift under your weight, and you might be log rolling right here at the edge of the cliff here.
Okay.
All right. So it is intimidated by you. Anything else that you'd like to do? Your movements there. I think you have bonus action.
No, bonus action I use for the shield.
Okay. Yeah. So action still.
No, just standing strong, making sure that.
Sure. Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Unless getting on Cuthbert makes sense. I don't think I'm able to do that here, though.
Not with Coco on there already. Okay.
So I think just giving the opportunity to take off for them if needed.
Sure. And you did absorb its reaction already.
Yep.
It did waste its reaction. So Coco and Riddick are up. Let's see. Well, Coco is going to take some damage. Also be creature. Coco, the heat is definitely feeling the heat. Not down or anything, but that's toasty. That's a toasty day. Right. Okay. Let's see. They are. So Coco is going to call out to you, Cress. What's the plan?
I was trying to pick up Finn, but then he moved.
It looks like he's. Well, seeing Finn goes. Looks like he's trying to corral them out of here. Perhaps I can aid him somehow. And Coco is going to shoot an arrow, an intentional miss, right? But kind of shoot it at the side of some of the basic elk to drive them upwards.
Hmm.
And Coco's gonna whiff. Dude, these rangers, none of them have rolled above a 4. The only one that happened was Riddick during the earthquake. All right. Yeah, they're bad. I gotta retire like 3 of these dice. Okay, so Coco's gonna do that. It's gonna spend the rest of the turn there. Riddick is going to spend the movement to kind of come up here and also do the same. And let's see. Okay. Riddick is a little bit more successful. Manages to fire a crossbow bolt over the shoulder of one of the elk, causing it to kind of like shift and lean on its turn. Seems like it might kind of start moving in that direction. Okay, top of the order. You guys have a minute if you'd like to discuss some strategies, or if you want to just go right into it, we can.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna try and have Cuthbert shove attack them up the mountain and just get them moving.
That makes sense.
Since you've got that fear going.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I think I'll just kind of stay the position, and if anything shifts, I'll just kind of move forward if needed.
Okay. All right. Basic elk. Not basic elk. Sorry, lead elk. Lead elk is restrained.
He can use his action. Yeah.
Use an action to try to get away. No, it's a strength check, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Just double check something because I believe it has. Yeah, it does have a sure-footed feature, so it makes strength and dexterity saving throws against effects that would knock it prone. Never mind. Not restrained. So it's going to be just straight, which means it fails. It does not manage to break the restraint, but it is certainly terrified as it tried to use its action to escape.
Okay.
So that's that guy. Then that brings us then to God, Entangle, such a great spell. Cress, you are up with Cuthbert on deck.
Fuck. And do I know that if I drop Entangle, Finn could fall to his death?
Roll a perception check.
Fuck!
Yep, perception or survival.
It's a natural 1, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, sorry. Unfortunately, you're very much. You actually take 4 fire damage at the start of your turn.
Damage. Damn. Fuck,
The heat just kind of the heat just kind of radiating off the creature skews your perception momentarily as the heat of battle itself as well is getting to you.
Yeah. Fuck. This sucks. Is it a free action to drop the spell? I don't.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it is.
say.
Yeah, I believe free
Yeah,
action to drop
free
spell.
action. You don't. Yeah, unless it
action.
states otherwise.
Okay.
Drop
I'm sorry.
concentration on
Drop it. No, that makes sense.
Drop it. Drop it.
They drop concentration on Entangle, and they pull a Coco, and they purposefully miss, but they're gonna cast Frostbite right here to try and get it to run that way.
That way? Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and cast your Frostbite. And this
need-
is going to be still, I'm going to say you can either roll this as an attack roll, or you could take it as an intimidation, or even animal handling.
I would like to take it as animal handling if possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
17.
17. Yeah. With a 17, it certainly, if you're okay with me saying that it'll just do that now in response.
That's fine by me, yeah.
Okay. And this is mostly one, it didn't really, it was already kind of primed to run away, being afraid of Finn, but now this really spurs it forward as it kind of takes that opportunity to run away. That I will say, this isn't like a forced movement or anything. This is the creature in, fearfully running away. So Cuthbert, if you'd like him to take an attack of opportunity, is available.
Can he attack of opportunity shove? Just like,
sure.
Just like
Yeah.
scoot it on the butt.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Go on, get.
Go on, get.
That might not hit. What would this be? Or it's a +5 either way. So yeah, he whips his tail just to kind of like catch it. But it's a 12. So
Smack him on the boobie.
Doesn't hit, but it certainly helps kind of like move the creature along for sure. It does have to kind of avoid that tree, so it's gonna kind of make its way here.
Making my way. And then can I bonus action?
Yeah.
Finn does look fucked up, so I'm gonna Balm of the Summer Court. As you get teal magic, you heal for 5 points and you get 1 temp.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
As the healing hits, you feel the logs underneath you begin to shift. We'll get to that in a second.
Well, fuck.
Cuthbert's up. Cuthbert did
unless
the
you have
attack that he missed with. I will
that
say
was attack of opportunity. That was a reaction.
That was a reaction.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Then yeah, I think he's gonna kite around these guys to try and scare them off.
Yeah.
That way as well. He's just gonna roar.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Do it. Intimidation check, please.
Cuthbert, what's your intimidation? Are you charismatic? No.
Also at advantage, though.
Okay. 14.
Hell yeah, dude.
14? 14's good. They roll shit too. The reason it's at advantage is because this waterfall does provide like a natural amphitheater kind of setup, so the roar echoes. It kind of hits the wall and bounces back. All of you feel that this roar kind of like rattles you to the bones almost. So the weapons in your hand shake a little bit with the strength of it. These elk are all definitely fucking terrifying.
Ah!
They are. Roll 20 if you're watching. Group status effects, please. That'd be great. But yeah, they're all intimidated. They're all frightened of Cuthbert. So none of them can move closer. And any attack rolls against them would be a disadvantage.
Love that.
Yay!
Okay, so Cuthbert, that's you. That's actually Cobra's. Okay. Basic elk, they're going to use their turn to run the fuck away. I think.
And they away.
And they. Oh, no, not all of you. I don't want to take Cuthbert. They're all going to get, like, straight across. Right about there. I don't want them. I don't think they would, like, necessarily totally run ahead of the lead elk all the way. So they're going to kind of get in motion. They're going to kind of slow down waiting for the elk. Take the wheel. All right. Basic elk. Finn. I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Please. Okay. All right.
Fuck me. Yeah. Fuck. No. I did this. I don't know what you're. Fuck. F's in the chat.
F's in the chat. I gotta make a new character. That is a natural 1 for 3, David.
Oh no, dude.
Oh, buckets.
All right.
Do you want to die?
No, you don't die.
No,
You don't die. You don't die.
I might.
You don't die, but you do end up
Falling.
like kind of trying to barrel roll, like log run on it in place for just a moment as they're kind of slipping out beneath you. There is a ledge below. You can just make it through the mists. The ledge kind of runs. If I can get this.
So I'm boom.
Yeah, you're right down there. You are going to take.
I did this to you. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. I did this to me. These are the consequences of my own actions.
You're going to take 15 bludgeoning damage.
Are you conscious?
Oh, just a wee bit. Yeah, I got 3 hit points.
And you are prone.
Sorry, 4 hit points. I'm prone. I'm gonna do a sec. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a second wind.
Sure.
Holy fucking Christ! So
as the logs beneath you kind of shift out from underneath your feet, you try to lower for just a moment, but your ankle gets caught in some branches, and as they kind of slide over the edge of the cliff, there's a moment of panic from Coco, Riddick, and even Cuthbert, like as Finn
Fuck.
falls over the side. You hear the crashing of the trees, but Finn, you do make it to the ledge.
I will heal for 12 hit points.
Nice.
With second wind. And then I will get up.
Okay.
Fuck.
Roll a perception check, Finn.
I don't like that. This man's life is a comedy of errors. 21.
21.
Yeah.
Finn, actually, interestingly, where you land is where the waterfall would also kind of like fall and have gone through. It's the pathway that it would have taken, right?
Yeah.
There's actually a hollowed out cave just ahead of you. And in that cave, you spy a chest.
Oh! Nothing could be wrong here.
It's a mimic.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go open that. Shit.
So,
will.
so I think you still have like movement and shit.
He will just. I found something. I'm alive.
You're alive?
Yeah, barely, but but there's a chest in a cave. I'm not touching it right yet. Ow!
Your voice changed.
I'm hurting.
You really did turn into Jen.
I did. That's I don't move. God forbid I fucking have to make another. That's 5 natural ones for me this session. Jesus Christ.
Hey man, you're owed some 20s. You're owed some 20s.
I stay
Okay.
where the fuck I am.
All right, so that's Finn, Coco, and Riddick. Riddick's going to run over and throw a rope down for you. He's going to try to tie it off on a thing. Okay, try to tie it off on a thing. And throws a rope down for you. Here! To use this! Coco is going to...
Can I ask Coco to dismount?
Yeah, absolutely. Coco will dismount.
If you can stay here, I'm gonna go get him.
Yeah, dismounts and starts taking watch, looking for any further threats. Right. Top of the order. I'll tell you, insight check, Cress. Looks like these guys are just trying to get the fuck away. So
Perfect.
they're going to spend their turn. Like Big Dude is going to spend his turn just booking it. All right, and as he does so, the other little guys also follow as the elk herd stampedes now down the path that you guys had all kind of originally climbed to get to where you're at.
Godspeed, Toasty.
Toasty. That's worthy of a note. Okay, Toasty the elk. Okay, so we're out of combat
Yay.
as the elk have continued their flight down the side of the mountain. Finn, Cress and Cuthbert fly down towards you.
Yeah.
And inside that cave, Finn, the question is, do you go in?
I gave you 2 potions of healing.
Yes,
Have you used both?
I have not. No. I wanted
No,
to
you
wait.
used 1.
I used 1. I have not used both. I have another one.
Um,
That I am going to use because I don't want you to have to expend any more of that healing. Yeah, potion of healing. Or no, I still have 2. Fuck it. Because you gave me another one.
Oh, okay.
I'll just take 1 for now, and it's max, right? Because we're out of
potions
combat,
are max
so
healing.
it's
Yep.
8, so it's 10 points of healing. You fuck. 10. Okay, I'm above half.
We will still hand you the one that they made this morning.
Okay.
Just have this around, and then they'll also heal you with Cure Wounds.
Sorry about that.
Why are you apologizing? Don't apologize. There we go. And you heal for 11 more points.
Okay. Yeah, I'm almost up to full. I'm good.
Cress, we're out of combat, so your healing's full as well.
Oh.
Oh, I lied. 13.
I think that's one of the things we
Okay.
had agreed.
So I am at full.
Perfect. Excellent.
Thank you very much. There's a chest in here. Do we want to look at it?
Yeah. I am suspicious of everything.
I was planning on hitting it first. Or casting Identify.
There, that one's actually a lot faster than what I got.
He'll walk in and begin to spend that minute using his runic ability to cast Identify.
All right. Let me just pull up this.
Can I scope out the space too? Because it seems odd that there would be a chest here.
And I'll say my ghost lantern is lit at this point.
Ghost lantern.
So it's emitting light within the space.
Okay. Go ahead, roll investigation check for me. Chris.
That is a questioning 20.
Nice.
Okay.
I put that shit on everything.
You learn the properties and how to use them. Doesn't appear. With your Identify, I'll give you. The chest isn't magical.
Okay.
It does appear to be. It appears to be kind of an old, weathered chest. Moss and various lichens and stuff have kind of grown over it. The metal that formed the clasps have kind of eroded somewhat. Looking around the room, this little cave. Cress, you'd roll an investigation. What was that?
Questioning 20.
Questioning 20. With a questioning 20, this you look around and it looks like this was maybe a cache of some sort. It looks like some individual. As you kind of look around, it looks like there's some areas that have been kind of cleared and raised and dried. The chest is on such, just such a thing. Something had cached this here. But looking around, it looks like it has not been used for a very long.
Okay. I imagine it's fine, but there might be some sort of mechanism that makes opening that a bitch.
The chest itself isn't magical.
There are a lot of non-magical traps.
Oh, I believe it. Can I check for traps?
Sure.
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
Can I assist?
Oh, okay. Well, the first roll was better. It was an 18.
Okay.
And then investigation. Non-natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, it does not appear. No traps.
Doesn't look like any traps.
All right.
We will go to open it.
Okay. Opening it, you are met with a sight that every adventurer loves. Treasure.
Wow.
There are hundreds of copper pieces, hundreds of silver pieces, hundreds of gold pieces, several gems. You see another like leather sack tied, with more things inside it, and you also see 2 potion vials. The contents of them are, I think you're is identify still up? Is that like a
That's 10 minutes, I believe, right?
casting time?
Is it?
No, I might be wrong. I think I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
Detect magic is 10 minutes.
That's what I'm...
Yeah, duration's instantaneous. So
Okay, so it's gone, yeah.
Yeah, it's over for now. So yeah, it looks like 2 potion vials. Looking through, you also find a bloodstained cloth, a lock of white hair, and a string of wooden beads in a small little like jewelry box inside. And inside the other little leather bag, opening that up, you find what look to be small little iron balls. These would be sling bullets. As you handle the bag, you get a sense of magic from them. These appear to be magical bullets for a sling.
That's interesting. And they belong in a sling?
Yeah. You can't use them for the.
He'll relay
I mean, the
that
misc.
all to Cress.
Oh, jeez. I don't even know if people use money anymore.
That's what I was thinking.
Are there, because I'm a caster,
Mhm.
gems in here, for instance?
I was going
One
to say
that might be like a diamond worth 300 gold or something.
Looking through, no check. It's not going to take you like anything. No diamonds, unfortunately.
I'm never going to be able to cast any of my fucking spells. They just like...
Diamonds are hard to come by, it seems. But you do find. I'll just text over the list to you.
Cool.
It'll just be that much quicker. As long as fucking OneNote's going to send it as an image.
It's going to send it as an image. Yeah, I hate that.
Oh,
shit.
it didn't. It didn't.
What do you mean?
I don't know why. Look.
Whoa!
It did them as text. There you go.
Whoa!
There you go.
Well, what do you think?
What do you mean?
I
What
don't
do I think
see
about what?
taking it.
Do any of these gems look like they'll be useful for spellcasting?
It's possible. I don't know all the spells that might need them, but I think it's possible some of them might be.
I think it might be wise to take these for good measure. I have to do a lot of reading because I forget how shit works.
Okay.
The potions, would it be possible to identify those?
Yeah,
above
it would.
game?
So above game, one thing that I've kind of always allowed is if you are proficient in like herbalism's kit and stuff, which I believe one is, can taste it to identify.
Oh shit.
But you just dab your finger and you could just bring a little taste and you'd be able to do it.
Okay, then I will do that.
Okay. The potion number one is a small, like, pentagon-shaped flask, right, with very smooth sides going up to a narrow neck. It's got a cork stopper with a small blue seal. The blue is faded with the amount of time it's spent out of the sun and stuff like that. But as you dip your finger in and take a quick little taste, this is a potion of diminution. Did I say that word?
Make small?
Make small. This is a potion of make small. The other one is a round flask with a flat base. The liquid inside, as you kind of like shift it around, in its inert state, it looked like it was just a red potion. But as you handled it, almost like a health potion, as you handle it, and it sloshes in the jar, You see it kind of flecks of yellows and orange, giving it the impression of almost like liquid fire. And as you dib a little
Special
dabby
fire
dab,
breathing?
this is a potion of fire giant strength.
Wow. All right. So they hold them both up to Finn. This will make you. One makes you small, one makes you tall. Not really.
One of them always tells the truth, one of them
Yeah.
always lies.
Nice, yeah.
So this will make you small. They hand him the potion of diminution.
You
Or
drink that and then
diminutive.
use giant smite, do you just become a normal size Finn?
And this will make you incredibly strong.
I think
they hand over.
I think you should hold on to that one. I'm plenty strong as is. And if we're dividing and conquering,
Down at their shrimpy arms. That is
I'm not saying you're
fair.
not strong, but
I'm not. I truly am not.
I don't think it'll benefit me as much.
It's fair. It could be useful in a pinch.
That's what I'm saying. Keep that for yourself. You'll leave the gold, but pick up the gems instead
Mhm.
of.
The gold is left behind, and the gems. And what about the random knickknacks?
Those feel very personal.
Yeah. He's not a. This feels like a remnant of when the world ended. So I think he's just sort of like leave those there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys emerge then. You put the chest back where you found it with the gems and the knickknacks tacked. Also the
gems we take, the knickknacks we
gems,
don't.
sorry,
Correct.
gems you take, coins you leave, knickknacks you leave.
Mhm.
Ammunition.
Oh yeah, we'll take them.
Take it, yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, you can tell they're magical, but you would need an identifier to tell what kind of magic.
I could identify those later as well.
So Finn, you have those on your person then.
Sure.
Okay. I will say, counting it out, it looks like 20 sling bullets.
Okay.
20 magical sling bullets. Okay. The two of you emerge. Cuthbert awaits, just kind of sniffing the air, listening, kind of turning the head and watching. You can see down the slopes, the stampede of the elk kind of trudging through the forest as you kind of track it. You see lots of birds flying away in the distance as well.
Thought anything to notice, Cuthbert?
Appears, things seem, for now at least, some semblance of calm.
All right. Shall we continue? They'll fly back up to Coco and Riddick.
Okay. The group is recollected, and anything to those guys? Is there everything all right, guys?
All good. I think, yeah.
Coco pets you on the shoulder and goes, "That was a close call there, Finn."
Sure was. Luckily. Points to Cress. Very strong hero in our midst.
I second that notion. So, shall
Riddick,
we?
I hate that shit.
Sorry, didn't mean to offend.
No. They like crouched down to Riddick's level and like, are people always like that?
Well, we try to build each other up in these difficult times. Find strength where we can.
That's fair.
Shall we press on then? The sanctum's not too far from here.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You all continue your journey, and actually, it's not long before you come across a stone staircase carved into the mountain, into the slopes of the mountain. The stairs are uneven, but as you continue to follow them up, you come across ginormous bridges of heavy stone fitted with iron supports to keep it aloft as it spans across these deep chasms. Continuing along these, you eventually come across one bridge that is broken, though. The other end of it, not visible uh, through like mists and that same fog that's kind of been settling in the area. So you do have a broken bridge ahead of you. What do you do?
It's like that logic problem where you've got the fox and the hen, like you have to move
Mhm.
them all.
Yeah.
How wide is it across?
Can't be told. Indeterminable at the moment. As the mists kind of settle in these deep chasms, and as they kind of rise up, they kind of obscure anything ahead. Even the other bridges that you crossed, you'd kind of be walking through. You'd lose visibility for a while, but the stone beneath your feet would have been solid and strong.
Finn will take the 50 feet of rope he has,
Mhm.
kind of create a lasso, and just throw it to see if he can tell if it hits another side.
Sure.
Just through the mist.
Sure. Go ahead. Roll an attack roll. Throw it out there.
17.
Yeah, with a 17, it's a good throw. You guys hear the whistle of the rope, and you see it kind of disappear into the mists. And then you hear, Finn, you feel the rope kind of hit onto something, right? It seems that it has rested upon something within that range.
Okay. All right. So we know there's something on the other side. I could get big, try and jump it, hold the rope up, or Cuthbert could fly.
Yeah, I feel like that's quite the risk if you want to take it. I don't think I do.
Cuthbert's got wings.
Yes. Cuthbert, do you mind ferrying us across?
Cuthbert snorts, flaps the wings, dips the head, and kind of dips a shoulder for whoever would like to get on.
Just to make sure, in case it ends up being fuckery, Cress will cross first, and they'll look to everyone else. Would anyone like to join me? No's fair and valid.
They all look at each other. They look at you, Finn.
Finn will wait. I'm good if
Finn's
one of
wait.
you wants to go.
Riddick goes, I'll go. If anything, at least I can hide better than Coco can.
The shade, they help him up.
Steps on, sits behind you, gives a little wink to Coco, and with a kind of a confident, kind of wry smile, until Cuthbert lurches forward and the face just kind of goes.
Bless. You're fine. Go for
Yeah,
it.
the arms kind of grip around your midsection crest as they hold on tightly. But you guys fly forward. It's about 40 feet or so, and then you see the rope, the lasso, kind of hanging, kind of resting on a cobblestone floor or a stone floor. The other end of the bridge, a broken section. It is just made it in by about 10 feet. So it's 30
Okay,
feet
and
or
the
so.
cobblestone continues up the mountain.
Continues up the mountain. There's actually a large platform. The stone here, more worked, more engraved. You can tell as you kind of look up. You can see, you sense you're getting close, and even Riddick will kind of say, we're getting very close. It should just be up here."
Perfect. They will help him down, and there is this anxiety at the thought of leaving Cuthbert, even for a moment, to traverse the mists alone. They'll say 2 more trips to go, and they will fly back with him.
Okay, fly over. Coco next, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay, Coco, and then in short order, Finn.
Mhm.
You're able to ferry them across without much issue. The
Yay.
group of you continue up along gravel-laden stairs, and then you finally come to a platform upon which stone spires and walls of iron ore loom over your path. You follow one final flight of stairs until you reach platform where the entrance to the Sanctum Metallica lies. The entrance to the temple is set within the face of the mountain. Looming 50-foot high doorways of cold metal, framing, embedded in black, rust-veined stone, glittering in the twilight. You look around at the landscape and you see red-tinted soil, gravel, unyielding grass coming up through this barren scape. Giant sections of stone with veins of iron ore worked throughout. And a few ironwood trees still kind of protruding out of the ground. And the platform from where you stand has an excellent vantage point. From here you can look out and you see a vast sea of sand that stretches out towards the horizon. You've arrived at the entrance of the Sanctum Metallica.
DM question.
Sure.
The trees, do they have their topmost leaves?
They do not. And we're going to take a break here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
As
Black.
Cress looks around and realizes, hang on. These trees are missing some
Hold up a
fins.
minute. Cool. Hell yeah. All right. We'll
so-
be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
And go run puppy and stuff like that.
Big break. All right,
Yeah.
guys. We'll see you guys shortly. Thank you for tuning in to the beginning of our double feature D&D Sunday with Heroes of Histaeria and Unearthed
D&D
Inheritance. And we'll
Sunday.
see you guys in about 10 minutes. Bye.
D&D,
Bye-bye.
D&D.
Hi, everybody. That was the actual.
Hello.
Also, I love that mug. I keep looking at it, and I'm like, God damn, it's very good.
Can I see it?
It's very
Can you
good.
bring?
It's my husband's, but he's
Oh!
at work.
It's my
So
husband.
it's mine.
Hey, Pat, if you're still in chat, I got that mug, dude. It's such a good
Shout
mug.
out. Mug shout out.
We love
Mugshot?
We love mugshot. Ooh,
Muck's mugshot.
mugshot.
Mug's
Love
mug.
that. Love that shit.
Oh my god.
That's-
Hang on.
Can Bun get
That's
an
a-
inspiration
that's a
for that?
place.
That's very good.
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
Guys, we all got to play D&D in person together last weekend, and my husband made us all coffee. It's
Yeah.
the sweetest thing.
I bought that Turkish coffee maker that you had sent me. Fuck it, that shit rips.
Hell yeah.
Turkish coffee's the way to go.
Waiting for it. We're back, and Soundtail's going, so we're officially ready to
Here
play.
we go.
D&D.
We're officially back. Okay,
Yay.
so you guys have just traversed the Iron Hills, making it through earthquakes and stampedes. You've found your way now, and broken bridges, and you've now found your way to the front of the Sanctum Metallica. The looming iron doorway just before you. And as you look around, again, a few ironwood trees, the tops of which, as Cress has noted, have been chewed away.
One. We have a problem.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I'm waiting to see what the DM is rolling.
Oh, I'm actually going to ask you guys. Go ahead, roll perception checks.
I give Chris
Oh.
advantage.
Thank you.
I'm booty Duke is at that perception. Give it to the Cress.
Druid. Yeah.
22.
That's what I'm talking
22.
about, baby. That's
So a
why
couple of
you
things.
get it.
With a 22, you don't spy any rust monsters immediately, but you do notice that there is something of a worn trail that kind of leads into the woods, away from the entrance of the sanctum, into the woods just beyond the trees. Something of possibly a hiking trail, but it is worn, and with a 22 and your general outdoorsiness and tracking of beasts and all those things, you can see that there are some fresh tracks. These tracks are large. These tracks are almost bovine in appearance. But so you see large bovine-like tracks that head in and out of the woods towards the sanctum. The door to the sanctum is closed, and there are currently no other individuals before it. But given the information of the tracks, do you guys approach the door? Do you follow the tracks, or what do you do?
They will point out to. I'm so bad at names. Coco and
Joker
Riddick.
and Riddick. Yeah. I keep forgetting them too, so no stress.
Do you have any idea why those might be there? Also, I think there are rust monsters about.
As they look at the trees, they're like, Coco goes, you're quite right. These are certainly reminiscent of what we've seen with the rust monsters. It's the fact that they're this number, this close to the sanctum, could be cause for concern. And Riddick crouches down next to the tracks, looks at them closely, and goes, wow, not something you see every day. These look. He goes, Coco, do you think these are Asturian? Coco looks down, crouches, and goes,
Oh, what was that? Sorry, you're cutting out a little bit.
oh, sorry, did these look Asturian? And Coco kind of looks down and goes, I suppose this far south?
What's that?
They turn to you, and they both kind of in unison say, Minotaurs, a tribe of nomadic Minotaurs.
We both just.
They typically live in the foothills to the north, between here and Damril, but they're very reclusive. We haven't seen. I've never seen one, says Coco, and Riddick goes, I came across tracks like these once, and a couple of their totems, just south of Damril before, but I've never actually interacted or spoken to any one of them. They They keep to the deep jungle. They keep to the deep forests of the Iron Hills.
And I've met a Minotaur, Zarnir, right?
Yep. You met Zarnir and Jakar Honor Hunter.
Jakar.
I was gonna say, I was like, I've also met a Minotaur.
You've also met a Minotaur. So
I tattooed a Minotaur session 1, I think.
You've tattooed that Minotaur quite a bit. Speaking of which, then, roll a history check at advantage, please, Finn.
Ooh, me?
I roll
you.
it.
That's the advantage.
Please be nicer than that. It was by 1. Fuck you, dude. 13.
13. That's still above average. And I'll tell you this too, man. Like,
I love that shit, dude.
Zarnir. It's a fair. I'm gonna lower the DC as well because Zarnir.
No, why?
Not Zarnir. Jakar had numerous tattoos. Jakar
yeah, that's fair.
utilized your services a lot, and the two of you got to know each other, and you spoke a bit, right? Jakar wasn't born in the Ironwood.
Right.
He was born in the Iron Hills, and he was of the Asturian tribe. Jakar had met Penn Smith when they were passing through on a voyage. Became quite close, and they eventually emigrated over to the Ironwood.
Okay.
But is one of the Asturians.
Yeah, he'll look toward Cress. I think we know somebody of that way.
Yeah, I think it might be a good idea to go in there, see maybe if the Asturians are in need of allies. That seems possible, at least.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Go from there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and whenever we make it back to the Ironwood, we could touch base with Jakar. See if he's got any insight. Yep. Oh, very smart. That's me.
So
it's you.
He just goes. Mm-mm.
So with that information in hand, do you follow the tracks?
Yeah.
I was saying we go in and ask, because there's a chance the Sanctum Metallica doesn't know.
Yeah.
I feel like gauging whether or not they're aware of these entities.
Of what's going on. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we go inside too.
We knock.
So you make your way over and knock.
We knock.
Huge iron door. Yeah. Do the roar?
Do the roar. Whoop.
Confirm. You make your way over to the door. Cuthbert, as he kind of steps behind you, the floor kind of trembles in his steps. And you knock. There is a large hollow sound of metal, as though whatever is beyond that doorway is a cavernous space. Boom, boom. And in short order, there is a scraping of stone as the doors open. That's the one. And emerging from that, you see
Sorry, it's still going.
That's okay.
It's a long one.
That makes sense. It makes sense. I like it. Emerging from that doorway, you see a Dragonborn. Dragonborn dressed in flowing robes, monastic robes, with runic symbols along the edges and along the hems, bearing a large pendant on the neck. A pendant that is round in shape, but with an emblem of a shield and mace over the front. Religion checks real quick from both of you. At advantage too for you, Finn.
14.
14.
There's a 17. The first one was a natural one.
Okay. Wow. Really?
That's yeah.
Hey, Button, I hope that his luck doesn't pick up tonight in Known Realms.
Yeah.
Is it that he's just saving all his good rolls for tonight?
We're gearing for a very calm session of Known Realms Tilesh tonight. Okay. Don't fucking look at me like that. They've been like, it's just been like, something's gonna pop up.
Mm-hmm. So the Dragonborn steps forward, and the emblem you guys both recognize is the symbol of Korome.
Mm.
Finn, you would have known. Sanctum Metallica,
Yep.
the monks in here are dedicated to the god of protection.
Yep.
Korome.
And this is the same temple that I helped. Or a similar deity. Correct?
Similar deity. Same deity,
Yeah.
actually.
That
Same
I
deity.
helped
So a
fix before with Jakar, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, love that.
Exactly.
Love that for me.
So you had helped fix that temple before. So yeah,
Mhm.
Dragonborn emerges. And the Dragonborn kind of looks over at the group of you, eyes resting on the gold dragon in your midst. Goes, "This is a surprise. Who are you?" And looks at the Rangers. "Ah, Riddick, Coco. In company. Looks like you've all... I'm surprised we don't get very many visitors this far up the mountain, especially without any sort of announcement."
Right, sorry, they were unexpectedly attacked and we were able to help. You wouldn't have happened to have had Minotaur guests recently.
As a matter of fact, we have.
I'm glad you're aware. That's all I wanted to know.
Yes. Yes, the Asturian tribe have come, have made their way south and have set up an encampment just along the ridge over there.
That's good to know.
Yes, their chief is currently speaking with our Zenku, the master of the monastery.
Hmm.
Zenku Krivkul,
Zenku
which
Krivkul.
is an individual you had actually met previously, Finn, some weeks ago, before the last wave. He was one of the Dragonborn who you had helped fix the temple along with Jakar.
I think I've met their acquaintance.
Oh yes, the Goliath. You've traveled quite a ways if you've come all the way from the Ironwood.
We've all
how was
traveled
the
quite a
journey?
ways. Well, marred with the treacheries of the world that we live in now, but we've made it.
I would love to offer an exchange. We tell you about the changes in the Ironwood, and you tell us what you know about Damaril.
What they said.
It seems fair. Perhaps you'd be better suited to speak with our master. Come. And two more Dragonborn appear. You can see these are all copper or bronze Dragonborn as they kind of push the doorway open.
And this space is big enough for Cuthbert, right?
Oh, yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It is. The doors are like 50 feet tall.
My boy's standing comfy.
And like 20 feet wide, 25
Nice.
feet wide. You enter in. The ceiling is cavernous, like 70 feet high. And the room is roughly about 30 feet wide. And as you step in, you see statues of different warriors. Looking at them, they actually seem to be giants. Giants in various states of in various armors, mighty warriors whose statues have been left here. Looks at you all, kind of admiring the stonework, and goes, "The Sanctum Metallica." As you guys are walking and talking, and he's leading you towards the back rooms. The Sanctum Metallica. I see it seems like the first time for some of you. This place was once we believe, a fortress of the fire giants that once dwelled in the Iron Hills. After Lady Elda...
Yeah, I was gonna say Finn looks at Cress.
After Lady Elda and the Circle of the Iron Hearth had managed to repel them and dethrone the Iron King, we took over this place and we turned it into a temple dedicated to Korome. But their craft is unparalleled in terms of artistry and just general craftsmanship. It is of the highest order, and at least now it has withstood the test of time. We do not have it in us to break such fine pieces He leads you down various hallways. You pass various little rooms that would lead into different areas. You hear the sounds of life coming from different places. It's definitely an inhabited space. As you're making the way along, you get to the edge and turn towards the left, and you can see down the hall there are these heavy, ginormous braziers lit and aflame. So the room in here is actually, for the most part, fairly well lit. There's certain pockets of shadow where the flames don't quite overlap, and those are dim lights. But for the most part, it is a very well lit hallway. Finn, as we're walking through this place, can I get, what's your passive investigation?
Ass. Bing, 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 bing. Passive investigation. 12. Not terrible.
Not terrible.
Not great.
Not terrible.
Not terrible.
It's above a 10, which is really what I was hoping for.
Really?
One of the hallways that you're going down, it is a big, you see the hallway that you guys are now in is a bit wider still. It seems like a main thoroughfare of the temple. Again, large cavernous space. And at the end of one of the offshoot hallways, you see a raised pedestal, and on that pedestal is a stone. And on that stone are many carved giant runes. They kind of catch your eye. The Dragonborn leads you past these, and then you come into a kind of at the center of the hall, another large, like 40-foot door with two giant statues flanking it, and a large brazier in the middle. He walks forward and he says, Mr. Finn, is what I told you. If you could help me just open these. And with your assistance opening these giant doors, first thing that hits you is a wave of heat. Kind of washes over you. As you find yourself looking out into a large, expansive space, a large natural cavern. And before you is a stone and iron bridge similar to those that you'd cross on your way in. At the end of this bridge, you see a giant metal anvil at the end of the bridge, looking and hanging over a lava pit. Feel the heat radiating off of that lava pit, and in here is very brightly lit.
Let's forge the rings of power. Let's go.
This is definitely the place that ring forging would be taking place. It's definitely the vibe. And in this place, you see, as you kind of make your way towards the anvil, looking out over, two individuals wrapped in discussion as you approach. One of them is the bronze dragonborn. The older dragonborn, the scales are kind of like faded along the muzzle and along the crests. And this dragonborn, the robes that it wears are much more eminent. Is that the word? Eminent, elegant, than those of the other monks. Definitely an individual of a good bit of bearing. The master of the temple, ZenOkami, talking to another individual, a minotaur, with heavy red fur, long, wide horns that are sheathed in iron. And on this individual's face are iron chains, iron earrings, various bits of metal that kind of attach to accessorize their features. And the two are in not quite an argument, but the voices are certainly raised as they are in this discussion. You hear the Dragonborn say something to the effect of, "Well, listen, we can provide you whatever protection we can, but I got to keep my monks safe. Just like you got to protect your people, I got to protect mine." And the Minotaur returns with, "Well, those rust monsters are certainly becoming a greater and greater hazard, Krivkal. My people will not last long. We cannot do our work, and we cannot make the tools that would be beneficial to you and others should these monsters continue to harass our supplies. Understand that is a problem for you, but I can't spare any more of my monks to protect your people. You've been welcome to bring your people inside the sanctum. No, that is not an option. We live on the back of the great mountain. We will not live in your halls, especially those of the giants. Well, it's not the giants' hall anymore. It belongs to the god Korome. It is a place of protection, and if you want to indulge in that protection, I suggest you move your people inside. Ah, it seems we are. It seems we are no longer losing voices here. It seems you have company, Krivkul. Looks over to the group now entering. Cress.
Hmm.
One thing that I forgot to mention: passive insight for you as you guys are making your way through these halls, passing the relics of this long, ancient, giant realm. Cuthbert is a little uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
Walks down the halls, but he keeps the wings furled, and he keeps kind of a watchful eye that kind of glances from statue to statue, kind of hanging close to you.
They tuck in under his wing. Wish I could speak to you.
Krivkul looks out at the group having arrived and goes, "Ah, Finn Reese. There is a face I'd always hoped would grace my halls, but I didn't expect it."
Good to see you. Hope things have been going well enough, but by my ear, that doesn't seem to be the case.
Times being what there are, there's always difficulty. Every time we take a step forward, it feels like 2 steps back.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, at the moment, these hills seem to be infested with rust monsters. They're coming up from the hills themselves, emerging from beneath the ground, becoming a hazard to those that would try to live here.
I know that I've seen a fair few of them on our journey upwards. I imagine the same is true for my company. Looks at Cress and Coco and Riddick.
The Rangers know.
What was that?
Oh, the Rangers kind of nod along in support of your statement. So, you're saying that this infestation extends beyond just the realm of the monastery, speaks the Minotaur towards you.
Seems like it.
It certainly does. Have you ventured outside of the monastery yourself?
We hail from a bit further north. We've recently begun to dwell here, at least at the mercy of the Senku. I am Rio Ver.
I was asking the. Sorry, I thought that.
Sorry, my voices are not.
I thought that Zenku was talking.
No, this was the Minotaur. But Zenku will respond. Yes, they've been something of a hazard for us. They will break into the ore processing area, but we're able to keep them at bay for the most part. They certainly take.
Have you ventured outside of the monastery?
Not for some time, no. Mostly keeping things protected here. Many of us just providing help for whoever we can. Every now and then, we come across different folks that have made it this far and their way to the Ironwood. Folks like these Asturian tribe. And at this, the Minotaur kind of nods. Yes, we are most gracious for the assistance that you have provided. But, as you know, I know you want more assistance, but I really do not have the people able to help you. Y'all want to live outside where we can offer you that protection. That is our way. But if you're your assistance. If you are unable to provide that assistance, then perhaps we will find another way.
Where is
Seems
it you're
that
living?
we now we have been displaced, unfortunately, given the times. And now we reside just on the outer ridges of the mountain.
Where did you live?
We lived in foothills of the Iron. We lived in the foothills of the range, somewhere south, just somewhat south of Dam.
And what was it that pushed you out?
Truth be told, it was a combination of things. The flood was particularly bad there. Most of that area has been washed away. We call in our homes with it. Now, some strange creature lurks beneath the sands there. We call that place the Brine Dunes. Some ancient beast seems to have awakened. But we are those that protect the song. And it is our purpose to live back of the Briantera and listen when she needs us.
I'm so sorry. What was that? You cut out a little bit. The
Oh,
Brian
sorry. The Briantera.
So they protect. What is the Brian Terra? Do I know?
Mm-mm. Unfamiliar. Well, so you know that is the name of the bay that was once this area, but you've never heard it kind of referred to in this kind of sense. You know that there was the Briantera Bay would have been that body of water, something like a lagoon where you would kind of entered into, which would have spanned from Damrel in the north along the Ironwood region, then into Azathoth.
The one that
The whole
turned
bay.
black, correct?
The one that turned black, yes.
Do you know anything about the changes that occurred there? The black water?
We had seen it. We have seen the black water. I warned my people not to drink from it. But our allies, the inhabitants of Damrel, what I recall, they did. They lived closely upon the waters. And over time, they exhibited strange changes.
Like what?
In truth, the only way I can describe it is madness.
Is madness?
Is madness. The water seemed to drive them to some sort of insanity. And with neighbors like that was another reason that drove us further into the hills. The Kuatoa of Damril are not the same peaceful folk that they once were. Something has affected and addled their minds. I believe that black water is the cause. We haven't seen any Kuatoa coming up this far into the hills. That's for sure. They would dare not cross the brine dunes.
All right. So you've been pushed out by a strange ancient creature beneath the brine dunes.
Correct. Traveled. We traveled through the valleys after the last wave. We traveled through these valleys of the Iron Hills and made our way finally here to the Sanctum. But things have been tough, of course, as they are, for sure, for everyone. Krivkal, I will return to my people. You entertain your guests, and we shall talk. We shall speak further of different matters. I will discuss with my tribe and see if any of them, how they feel about your offer to live within the Sanctum. But I cannot guarantee that that suggestion will be met with much agreement.
Cress looks at this individual, and I didn't get his name, the leader of the
He didn't offer it.
Asturians.
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't offer it.
Leader of the Asturians.
Yes. Please call me Rio Vera. Reovera.
Okay. Rio Vera. We are heading to Damaril. We have to be there as quickly as possible.
Hmm. It is a difficult path you've chosen to walk then.
Oh, we won't be walking.
That might be for the best. I would not recommend walking across those cursed dunes. Whatever dwells beneath those sands is something evil.
There seems to be a lot of that going around. I would like to suggest potential alliance rather. If we are able to scout those dunes upon our return, we can seek you out and see about reclaiming them. I'm speaking for myself. I don't mean to. They look to Finn. I don't mean to sign you up for anything.
I was going to offer the same of my own service, so you're taking the words right out of my brain.
Looks somewhat taken aback. Truly, you would do that for us.
This world is nothing if we don't band together, if we don't continue to work for one another. We have a responsibility now. He'll sort of, given the conversation that Cress and Finn had about helping people and having to make harder decisions, he'll sort of just nod with this, not force, but just this determination of, we have a responsibility, but as soon as that's done and we're available, I'm sure both of us are happy to help.
Your offer is most gracious. Will humbly accept. Whatever information you can provide would be of great value to us. The people long for our homes. If an opportunity presents itself that we might gain information to retake them, certainly happy to take that up.
Can you tell us more about this song you protect?
I would be willing to do so. Come by our settlement. There's much. The song is a complex subject. If you wish to learn more of the song, I will happily tell you. But first, I must relay this news. We are but a few miles to the north. It shouldn't be more than a trifling bit of travel for you. I look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you.
Thank you for your
Bows deeply.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Travel safe.
I will. And same to you. Walks down the bridge and out the iron doors, leaving you guys with Krivkul, the master of the monastery. He says, well, it looks like all you was making friends wherever you can. That is a smart way to go in these times. You look like you've been through hell, though. Looks at Finn's scuffed armor. You're at full HP, but you still bear those signs of...
Yeah.
I had a bit of a rough day, but well worth it.
And in the company of some Ironborn Rangers, no less.
Well, it was their information that led us here, so in my mind, we owe them as well.
Well, I would extend to both of you the sanctum's use. You may rest here. You may find food and relax for a moment. sounds like you still have some journey ahead of you.
Amarillo is the objective, and I think a safe space to rest is much appreciated.
The sanctuary is yours.
Thank you.
Finn, I'm actually quite glad you made your way over. As I recall, you had an interest in you had some unique interests.
I'm known to have a few.
Specifically, you had been, I remember admiring the tattoos and the runic symbols that you carry.
Hmm.
Perhaps there might be something here that I could show you.
I think I got a little peek at it.
This here is the forge where we create various weapons and relics, where we turn the things we find within the sanctum into things that will serve and protect our realm.
You ever use it for rune carving?
No, the art of rune carving is not amongst us, but
It's amongst me.
in that case, my friend, feel free to use as you see fit. I'd be interested to know what you managed to make.
I'd have thought I wanted to study the runes laid on the stone in the hallway. See if I can't add any sort of benefit to look at Cress. My friend here. Myself, if able.
A noble goal. I'm sure there's something in these halls that would be of use to you.
I'd like to take the time to study then.
Please. Why don't you go ahead and explore the halls, find what you're looking for. It seems your companions have yet something to say to me. And he looks over at Riddick and Coco, who both kind of share a glance.
Oh, yeah.
Crestfallen, you say. Senku, we have to tell you. We bring one of our fallen brethren.
I think Finn will go to, offload him off of Cuthbert.
You carried the body before.
Isn't he on Cuthbert? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on him. You take the body and hold it forward. And he steps forward, rests a hand on the chest, peers beneath the blankets. Yes, I remember Astif, the wardens. It's a shame. He was a good warrior, a good ranger. You've done well to bring him back, all of you. He trained here. He was one of Korome's protected, and he was an Ironborn. We will return him back to the Earth Mother here.
Just point me in a direction to take him. I will do so.
You may rest him here. We must gather the ironwood and make a pallet for him. Where the rites are done.
Places him gently in.
Coco reaches out and hands over the axe. Krivkul holds it and goes, "This here was a piece of the ironwood, a piece of the Earth Mother went with him to protect him. Our people hold sacred that protection. He perished here in the ironwood, and it meant that the Earth Mother has brought him back into her embrace. And this weapon, this must move on." And Coco speaks up and goes, "Finn here assisted us greatly. He fought valiantly against the creatures of the Ironwood and saved my life with fishers."
I'll speak up a little, David, sir.
Oh, and he saved my life from the fissures from a freak earthquake. He is one of the Ironborn. And Krivkol nods. If you believe so, Master Finn here presents the axe to you. You have been a valued member of our community ever since you've arrived. You have the favor of the Sage Elder. You have the respect of the head of the Ironborn Rangers. You may not have recognized it, but you are one of us. And this weapon will protect the Ironborn. He presents to you the axe.
There's just this deep reverence that gives way to guilt. I'll just kind of look over at Cress. Take it. I feel less than deserving, but I appreciate the kindness. And I will use it to honor the Ironwood and its rangers. These two can be trained up and take their friend's place. Know that they're just as deserving of this as I am.
The two rangers nod. Where it goes. Aye. That's true. Maybe one day. But right now, from what we've seen, and what we've heard of you, that weapon is in the best hands it could be. It could be in. We agree, Senku. You are Ironborn, whether notice it or not.
Puts it at his belt. Again, you do me a great honor. Thank you.
Well, why don't you look tired? Get something to eat. Take a rest. It sounds like Chief Ironskin, Riovera Ironskin, is looking forward to seeing you, and might have some word about what you will be facing next as you go forward on your journey. But feel free to rest here as long as you like.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I will send for you when we are ready to set Astif to rest.
That's appreciated. Thank you again for the hospitality.
It's the least we can do given the services you have provided me and my people. So the two rangers hang back with the monk. The two of you are free to explore the temple. You did pass what looked like a mess hall, as well as the quarters of the clerics and monks that would dwell in this place. And Finn, you did also pass that suspicious-looking column, with the runes carved into it. But the two of you are alone for a time. If you'd like to take that opportunity to discuss things, or if you'd like to move on, you just tell me what you might like to explore.
I Definitely seems like Finn has a lot to do here, so I think Cress is just kind of hanging back near Cuthbert.
Who is in the shadow of these statues. Cuthbert is definitely not at ease, but as time has gone on, interacting with the Dragonborn especially has definitely helped relax a little bit, but still that initial hesitation. Just
They'll repeat what they said earlier in Draconic to him. I wish I could communicate with you. Feel like you know this place. Feel like you know a lot of things.
presses the head into you, the eyes kind of closed, and you get the sense of a reciprocated frustration at the inability to relay how he's feeling to you, but appreciates the support nonetheless.
Before Finn goes to check the column, he'll go and check in.
Sure.
I don't need checking in on. I'm okay. How are you?
Okay, sorry.
No,
Let you
I'm
get
just.
to resting, and I'll just do my thing then.
What is your thing? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go check out the this object with runes on it, or whatever, and see if I can study some of the ones on there and see if they can be copied and used.
I'll come with you. Cuthbert seems ill at ease, so he might come with us too, maybe.
I love the company.
Is there popping detect magic as I imagine they're walking?
Sure.
They'll,
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Yeah. So, I think a ritual cast, right?
yeah, so it'll take some time. They just want it popped by the time they get there.
Okay.
But as they're walking, they'll look at Finn. So what is it you think you should have done to earn that axe?
Gone through the same training, completed the same accolades that anyone who's earned the axe would have gotten.
Sounds like there's not just one path.
That's fair. I suppose I just didn't want to take something that meant something to them. But they offered it. And they gave compelling enough reasons.
Yes, they did. But you still look guilty.
I feel the weight of it. And holding it now is a responsibility. And I just want to make sure I do that responsibility justice.
What does that look like to you?
Upholding what they stand for. Not using
What's
it.
that?
Protecting the people of the world. Forging a path for everyone to move forward. Those are the big ones.
So the things you're already doing. Fancy that.
I suppose, yes, the things I'm already doing. Thank you.
It'd be hard to see yourself the way others do. Not that I know anything about that, but
Really? He'll sort of lean
no.
down. You don't think so? You don't think
No,
that
not
there's
at all.
any instance of today
Never.
where...
Nope.
Really? I love the confidence you have. It's good. I almost believe you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Work on the issue is laughing while I say it, I think.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that I saw you do the exact opposite not about an hour ago. Yes. I will do better to stop apologizing and accepting the compliments that are given to me.
Damn it, it's a trap. I'll work on doing the same.
Just like rubs their shoulder. I'm so proud of you.
You bitch.
You got that right.
Alright, let's go look at your pillar.
I'm ready to look at rocks.
And rocks
Got
you do
magic.
find.
Yeah.
So detect magic. You do detect magic. There is obviously the magic that is on your persons, right? Beyond that, there is a subtle aura of abjuration magic in this place, like ever present. And
That's cool.
as you guys near the pillar, there is... Sorry, one second. There's something... There's a slight, like, evocation magic feel.
Both just...
I know, yeah. I love both. All four eyes are just like, ooh,
I'm
evocation.
scared.
And then in the same hallway as the pillar is at the end of the hall. There's another entrance that kind of goes off to the right. It is behind a large stone door, and beyond that door, you also get to read different types of magic, possibly evocation, possibly abjuration as well. You know, kind of make with the stuff that's already there. But there's definite. It's a little tricky to tell. Maybe even enchantment as well. Several sources or things of magical nature beyond that door. As you are in this
Door's
hallway,
closed.
it is closed. It is closed. It is a closed iron door.
I don't like that look on your face.
I want to go back there.
Well, maybe if we ask nicely, we can go back there.
All right, I'll consider.
Okay.
Finn, you now stand before this stone pillar, and you see numerous carvings in the old tongue of giants.
What do I see, like, written? Like, are there words that sort of stand out?
Yeah, roll an investigation check. Let's see.
Fuck. Okay.
It's not a high check.
Yeah.
And you can spend time to study it too. Finally,
It's not in
Did
that
you get
20,
it?
but
Well,
it's an 18.
okay, that's still really-
Investigation is a non-natural 20.
There you go. So, excuse me. So, a couple of things. This pillar does have a couple of things. It is sort of like it. There are some of some. So, first off, you can tell that it seems to have originated within the giants. It does reference the children of Ordum, herald of the god of war, that you guys had identified earlier. There are sections of it that stress the importance of a cycle. There are also references to what you can only describe, what you can only kind of piece apart through context as a weapon. A weapon designed to slay dragons. And you also come across throughout it a rune for enlightenment, a rune for flaming torches, and I didn't write the book, ulcers.
Huh?
Yep, that's
What the fuck do you mean by that?
page 240.
Okay.
You found the rune
Of ulcers?
Haunen. Flaming Torch, Enlightenment, and Ulcers.
And what was it? What was the page?
240.
240.
And Deep
Okay.
Magic.
Yeah. Oh,
The Haunen rune.
it does fucking say that.
There it is. Flaming Torch, Enlightenment, Ulcers.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Fucking, well, I guess.
Yep. So you can spend a few minutes and you learn that rune.
I will learn that rune. Yeah. And then
Learn that rune.
Learn that rune. Okay. Yeah, I will spend the time and learn that. Yeah. I believe we said it was a decent little chunk of time to sit and
to sit and study it. I think we said it was something like an hour.
Yeah. Similar to like
so Finn. Yeah. So Finn.
And I have to make a wisdom check, DC 12.
Yes. Yep. So Finn can spend that hour learning that rune.
Okay. Yeah, I rolled a 19 on the dice, so
Easy peasy. So you can go ahead and add that one in. Again, you can only, I think, have like the 2 equipped per the feat.
I can have 2 equipped per the feat, so I'll look and see which one I want to change out.
Exactly. Yep. So we'll let you do that. While Cress, you see Finn deeply engrossed in now the study of this column. Finn, do you reveal anything about the nature of the other things on there?
I everything that is on there is relayed. Yes, I don't.
God bless.
I don't keep that.
I think there's some pretty obvious expressions on both Cress and Cuthbert at the dragon slaying weapon.
I was gonna say there was a bit of ick coming from Finn as he sort of said that to them.
Yeah, it doesn't. Roll an investigation for me, Finn. And I'll say.
May I assist?
Yeah, perfect.
Yes, please. Thank you.
This Cress helps to kind of identify like similar symbols or things that
15.
might attach. 15.
I needed advantage. Thank you.
It's clear that this weapon is the giants revered it. It's clear that it was something that they had hoped, that they intend to use to slay and eradicate dragonkind. The name of the weapon is in pieces, but with Cress's assistance and the time you guys spend to study it, you do decipher the name, the Vonindod. Vonindod. It doesn't explicitly state what the nature of the weapon is, but that the Vonindod would be the thing to end the war.
I look up at Cuthbert. You heard that before?
There's a shudder.
I think that is a yes.
There is a noticeable shudder in the dragon.
There's this very regrettable sort of look toward Cuthbert. Sorry.
If dragons could shrug.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
He's like, it's not you.
I just feel, given the predicament, Goliath, dragon, there's a bit of guilt there.
I mean, we know that both giants and dragons were fucked 1,000 years ago by the end of that war.
Mm-hmm.
We know that basically both disappeared.
They will say there are rumors of giants still existing in like deep places or something. Like they're very extremely rare, but every now and then someone claims I saw one, right? Not the case for dragons. At this point, dragons were really believed to just be mythical. The imagery of them has been used in different houses and stuff like that, different paraphernalia, but it's for all intents and purposes, people just generally believe they were a myth.
Mm-hmm.
Comes along Cress. Line on the back of one.
Oh. I know. Cress is starting to put together a theory.
I like a theory.
But they don't ethereal. I will say they're not going to voice it in this particular place,
Okay.
given the nature of what it is, but they do start thinking about the fact that there appear to be links between the elemental nodes and the disappearance of dragons, while it appears that giants have emerged and disappeared into fissures in the earth. And there's this notion of like a return to the elements, but in two separate, almost like the inner versus the outer planes. And they still are like, this is too big brain for me, but they're starting to like
There's through lines.
Yeah. The red string.
The red string's begun. Nice. Okay. All right. So, you guys spend the time, right? I'll say you all both acquire a short rest as you're kind of doing this. It's not intensive work as you're studying and recording runes, and Finn is practicing them until eventually, Finn, you scribble the rune into something, and there is a soft glow, like that of a flame, like a candle. You feel like, all right, I'm getting it.
Perfect.
Cress, you can see as Finn kind of etches a symbol that looks kind of like a. It's strange. It's a simple symbol, right? The carving of it isn't the hard part, because the symbol itself isn't that complicated. It's basically a right angle on its side, right? It's like a less than sign. It's like
a Greek C.
Yeah, a Greek C, right? But it's still something you see Finn practicing and putting intent into the carving to create the magic it bestows. Until eventually, there's a slight flame-like glow. And Finn, do you have dark vision?
I don't think
believe you do as a Goliath.
It's insane that Goliath don't have dark vision. Where would that be? Features and traits.
I think it'd be under
Top left.
Yeah, senses or something.
It would be under your passive insight.
Yeah, under senses. Yeah,
I do not.
You don't. Well, then, just for a moment, as there's that like flicker, like flame, like glow, Finn, you can just see into like the deep shadows behind the pillar and stuff like that as you realize, oh shit, I can see the dark.
Well, that's helpful.
But again, it's not in color, but
yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that's another one to use.
That's very impressive.
Thank you. It's a lot of time studying and trying to find ways to use it to leave a bit of an impact.
Well, I think you're doing it.
I think we're doing it.
Where do you guys head off to now?
Want to get some food?
That sounds lovely.
He'll put out his elbow.
I'll take it.
All right. You hungry, Cuthbert? Holy shit, he's hungry.
You guys make your way through the halls of the Sanctum Metallica towards the mess hall. You can see that there are several other individuals there. Plates of food being distributed by several of the monks. You see a hobgoblin who is dressed in those same robes as the monks, hurrying about, setting down plates. And as the plate is set, kind of looks up and goes like, more mouths to feed. And you cannot help but notice as you look at this hobgoblin. Yeah, it says, big mouths to feed. Cress, real quick investigation check.
Oh, bad.
Can I assist?
Woo! I rolled
Not on
well.
this one.
Fuck!
I rolled well, 19.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
With a 19, just for a moment, something about the way when the goblin turns, something about the way the light kind of catches him, as he kind of looks over to you. Yellow eyes that seem familiar.
Oh, come on! They don't say that out loud.
And with that revelation, as you guys set about to a meal,
You fuck!
we're gonna end here for today. As you guys set about for a meal in the Sanctum Metallica, in a safe place.
I wanted to like him. Don't lie.
Yeah, you safe place my fucking ass?
Love you guys.
Oh no. Love you, baby.
So that we will pick up with
2 weeks.
in a couple of weeks.
Ah,
Session
Yay!
5.
thank you so much, David.
Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching.
Ah,
We will see you around for future Heroes of Histaeria stuff, either Unearthed Inheritance right here on twitch.tv/CommuneDM.
He's gotten in one.
So proud of you.
I just put the link for.
I cannot
Sandsea.
lie, I did practice it.
I love that for you. That's great. And then
And of course, over on YouTube, we have our other sister campaign, Sandsea
Go ahead
Saga,
and check
on
that
the
out.
Delta Cryptid channel.
Yeah. David, where can people find you?
Right now, either here
Mhm.
or over on YouTube.
Love that. Love that.
Things in the works, but we'll get to those.
We'll get to those. Button.
My name is Button. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Bluebluebutton on social media. You can find me here every other Sunday on this show. You can find me here Sunday evenings on Known Realms Telesh. You can find me on November 12th over on twitch.tv/justthehuman. Doing a Honey Heist charity stream for Feeding America. And you can find me the following weekend, November 19th. On twitch.tv/rolling for charity, or we're playing D&D for Doctors Without Borders. I did it. Alec, where can the people find you?
It was the panic that did not cease through the entirety of that. Hi, everybody. My name is Alec. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at CommuneDM. I obviously play here every other Sunday as Finn Reese, Goliath Night Fighter, and I am the archivist for Known Realms Telesh, which airs every Sunday night at 6 p.m. EST. We'll see you tonight for session 4. You can find me also on the 19th of November at twitch.tv/rolling for charity. I will be playing Call of Cthulhu with actually some of the folk at Chaosium who make that game, raising money for Doctors Without Borders. So that's a lot of fun. So please go ahead and check that out. And then, socials are the best way to stay in contact with us and see what we're doing when we're doing it. I'll be uploading session 3 of both campaigns, because we did this nice little thing where these campaigns lined up and air in really nice ways. So we'll get those updated, if not today, then early in the week. And then merch, guys, we got merch. You want a nice little cup? Do the thing, I guess. We're gonna throw you into a raid. Looks like we have somebody. Speaking of Chip Soundtail, thank you so much, guys. Soundtail. The dulcet tones that are gracing your ears, the ambiance, the draconic roars, the demonic stomps. Please go ahead and check out Soundtail. They just had an update, which I actually need to do before Known Realms, and we'll see what sort of saucy sounds they've added.
Ooh, is there a vampire bite?
We'll see you guys.
Is there a sauce
Is there?
sound?
Fuck, I hate it here. We'll see you guys later tonight, 6 p.m. EST for Known Realms to Less. Hang on for
Thank you for being here.
Hang on for
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.